So some we've seen before, some new faces. So hopefully, you know, depending on, you know, their matchups, maybe we get to see them on stream later. But until then, here we go, guys. We're going to be starting off our first match of the night, guys. It's going to be the Jeekly 2xKO number 11 Exotrium over there on what we call it, Team Rush Hour, up against the Warwick Ekko. It's going to be Jayslap over there on the other side of the screen.
Oh gosh, and with a quick bit here, previous match, all good. Getting back into it then, Warwick coming in with that S2 Rekka, going to the slashes as well. A little bit more of that Fury built up again, but end up getting pressed. That Warwick 5M, such a strong button here. Dive does not get caught as well. We'll go ahead and bring in that Yasuo. Getting comfortable with sending your assistant and then being ready to use that quick tag as well. Kind of like you get to make your assist feel like the fireball, feel a tag in and pick up after. Ooh, and a good dive here by Jayslap to get started.
Oh, I'm trying to cash out a bit, but Jay was ready with that break, trying to get some distance back. Gonna be able to get some tension too. I mean, that was definitely a little risky there on that Hail Mary stance light, but gonna be able to get this hit here. Unfortunately, doesn't get that full conversion after. Exotrium gonna get some distance back. Wow, nice 2H.
Great 2H as well. You got, you know, the flip option for Warwick is an incredibly strong tool, but you have to be careful about it. Then it absolutely has some counterplay that is very accessible. So it's up to Exotrium being ready with that 2H to take out Jayslap's Warwick. First character finally dying, basically a minute into the round. So this is well good super to catch Jayslap's Ekko here, but the up back, an incredibly powerful tool in this game. This is definitely a jumper's game for sure. So being ready how to play offense and defense here as well. But Exotrium getting a good combo. I think as long as he fished the route. Oh, gonna go ahead for the burrito OS. Then tries to catch, but the up back gets them out here. Warwick's still alive in my heart. Then I have to call the assist, but goes into the Hasagi, and Exotrium getting that first round.
Yeah, great push block S1 there from Exotrium. Just saying, get off me, and I'm ready with the special move. Of course, you can cancel into that stance after. So you have a lot of options there. Is that Yasuo in the corner? So good option. Nice start here on the round as well. Jay trying to air stall a bit to get in. Does get that 5M. Exotrium ready for that break. Doesn't want to give away any momentum here to this Warwick as we tag in. But that 2H comes out. It is on the secondary. So nice punish here. Jayslap's going to take out this point. Deal a little bit of damage after Exotrium try to cash out.
Absolutely. Actually, it's limit strike there with the post super follow up and into that break, but ooh, cancels into the mid 2H, drops it unfortunately, but does pick up with the Warwick anti-air assist, but no full pickup again. Sends that air JS1, but a great parry so far. Ooh, tries to get the tag in with the freestyle as well, then does not get the full knockback again. And here, even though they don't get the full pickup, being able to get the fresh hit, likely going to be able to kill as long as we can hit the correct ender here. Beautiful pickup as well. I love that grounded, you know, slash there is really going to do, get the juggle, get that stance carrot, pick up for that kill. But we're showing here some pretty strong Yasuo routes.
Oh, unfortunate stuff there. Oh, yeah, a lot of unfortunate stuff there. Luckily, both players coming out unscathed, saying, okay, reset. You know, let's pretend like we didn't see what just happened right there. Good stuff here from Exotrium. Gonna route around with this Ekko, try to keep it going. A little bit of HP here, so Jay could potentially get a Hail Mary into taking out this Ekko here. One more hit will do it, but you got that full health Yasuo tagged in.
Absolutely. We tried to probably potentially activate their wind wall there, but you know, Ekko, not gonna, honestly, I like Exotrium just kind of waiting there, being like, there are some spots where you can technically strike through. There's a gap enough to be able to hit that there, but as long as you have the health to be able to not die from the chip damage, just wait it out. But definitely not enough punishable. Exotrium here, playing it pretty safe then too, but shout out to Jayslap then getting that hit, and Warwick is such a character that kind of just has to send themselves, you know, at their enemy then, so depending on who they're running into, it can be a little bit easier than said, but a great pickup so far here again. Ooh, doesn't get the full pickup then with that puppeting on that Rekka slash there, but have to deal with this Ekko having the clone up. Just so annoying. A holding jump back. Will it be the Helm Breaker? Will it be in the falling JH? But Exotrium not having any of that. Gets a 2H here. Ooh, also shows an intentional break burst, but breaker reset by Jayslap, kind of reset back to neutral.
Trying to tag into this Yasuo. The Husky going to be push blocked here. Jay going to take that space back with our Time Winder. Exotrium trying to be aggressive with that up forward here, blocking it out a bit. Jay getting in, gets the hit. Exotrium was ready with that defensive mechanic. And also, I like how we do stance back after that Hasagi to be defensive, but you're going to be offensive here with this pickup. Great stuff, Exotrium. with the cool tag as well. Didn't even need it, I don't think, but with the swag finish, we're going to take out that Ekko.
I'd say it's probably one of my favorite combos that you get to do with the freestyle Ekko Yasuo team. So very cool to see Exotrium having some of those sick routes on lock. Then great use of that rewind into the slash, then goes right into the super. As long as you can finish your food here, I think it's going to be a dead Warwick. Get into the tag as well. Get the Yasuo Ender. Hit them with the level 1. More than enough to kill. Exotrium going to take that round here. Find themselves on set point.
Jay doing some crazy stuff here on this Warwick. I definitely love. You were talking about you got to get this character in. You got to make that approach, and I think that Jay's been doing a great job of that, and also picking up some of these Ekko combos when we get those 5 M's. But Exotrium right here going to be able to bait out that break. Unfortunately, didn't get that pickup, and Jay's going to say, "Hey, we take those. Put you right back in the corner."
Absolutely. Ooh, great. Into that throw. Pick him up with the grounded as well again. Get the headbutt tumble, which is allowed for that maximum pupper super. Get that pickup, but not able to quite call out the roll from Exotrium. Going to up back, do what Echoes do best, take to the skies and toss out a projectile in the process. Ooh, but a great calling of the assist into that strike. Being comfortable with active tag in this game will take you so far as well. It's great to see both of our players here showing a lot of that functionality so far tonight.
Nice push block here. Gonna go in that burrito. Gonna go in that DI rather. I'm so used to calling the DI burrito every time, but no, I got to be a little bit more stricter than that. Good stuff here from Exotrium. This could be a kill round. This is going to be able to finish it out. Great stuff. Didn't even have to spend the meter. In fact, I love that routing in hindsight. Didn't have to spend any bar.
Actually, did have to spend the 1 bar on that Ekko super assist there.
Oh, of course. Okay.
You have to write that. Yeah, no, but still great call out then. Keeping that meter for Yasuo, who has that privilege of being able to do that level 1 into the level 3, definitely goes a long way. So Exotrium here showing so much functionality. Great blocks so far from Jay. Not trying to press too much then. Gets the Fury off at least. So the right hit can be definitely enough. Oh, they were able to clip it. No full pickup again. 2H Wisp though. Oh, the headbutt. Couldn't get that Fury responding back as well again. The next hit can be enough to do it here. Slashing through. Exotrium gonna take it 2-0 over Jayslap.
We got Apology Boy coming up against Nameless, guys. Apology Boy been getting up in those top 4s here in our brackets as of late, but you're going to have to get through Nameless pretty early here in the bracket on the winner side if you're going to make a run like that again. Good start here, I got to say.
Absolutely. This route looking so good. Apology Boy get that meaty tentacle ready then, but the burst saves already there. Ends up being able to strike with that tentacle, let it do the work for you. Be able to block that parry be up. So Nameless here, I'm not going to be able to much more bar, but sends out the Blitzcrank hook here again. Vi's trying to sway around here, but a great jump out there from that throw attempt then. The lights going so good. This Vi champion so strong and just kind of moving around the screen here, and these light jabs are so good for punching out a lot of these sequences again. But Apology Boy getting a great route. No matter how we finish this should be a dead Vi. Has to spend the bar at least then, but feels pretty good going up to the first character in that first round.
Awesome stuff here, man. Dude, that forward S1, I don't know. Do you know the frame data off the top of your head on that forward S1, man? That thing is so fast. Apology Boy doing a good job of keeping this blitz here in the corner. Looks like the low's going to open you up, canceling the super. That's going to be a quick first round.
16 for forward S1?
Yeah, the Rekko. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 16 frames. Yep,
16? That's a lot longer than I thought. Oh my god.
Definitely here, but this Blitzcrank getting the right hit they're looking for. Once we can finish our food, I think this should be a dead Ekko here. Go ahead and hit that Steam Super. Oh, what a better place to be in if you are a Blitzcrank player than next character coming in. Steam is on deck here. How will we get a chance to spend it? Will we get an armored option to come through? Good job using that super assist. Pushes Split all the way through so far again. Gonna go ahead and get that active tag into the Vi. Great routing by Nameless here so far. Gets his Illaoi pushed all the way to the corner. Unfortunate drop there, but baits out the parry. So big to get rid of that extra meter. Goes for command grab, but a little bit too plus.
Ooh, nice stuff. Gonna be able to punch right through and get that super. Great stuff. Nameless with a very quick round clap back there. Both players are gonna have this break going into this last round. Nice stuff here. Apology Boy. Whoa, my god. That was a really awesome assist call, actually beating out the Blitzcrank grab from a really weird angle.
I could not believe how that actually hit the bottom part of that hurtbox there. So listen, now Pain for putting out that arm, tries to extend a hand, gets grabbed back by a tentacle, charge tentacle coming in here for Apology Boy, gets that knockdown, meaty projectile again, spaces out the get up attack too, doesn't even need to spend the meter to get the tentacle super. Everyone's so used to that for Illaoi here, but I love what I've been seeing from a lot of these Illaoi players and essentially taking advantage of just that one, you know, tentacle option, then great utilization of that tool. Up back Helmbreaker though into that assist call allows you to get that full pickup without having to spend meter. And this route is so good from Apology. We've seen him do it so many times. Gets the knockout. Good jump out of that command grab tentacle here as well. Nameless doing their best to hold out. At this point, you're kind of just trying to see how long as you can live enough to get that Fury built up, because actually at this point I didn't even realize Apology Boy already up the round. Sends to level 3 even just to let him know. Game 1 here going for Apology Boy.
And something about Apology Boy having level 3 there is that you notice that sometimes Apology Boy doesn't even go for that S2 super Oki, you know, the tentacles that you're probably used to. Instead goes for just like a single tentacle off of just that Air S2 Ender, and then goes for that command grab off of like a OTG 2L. Because that, I mean, that Oki's good enough, you know, depending on your opponent's resources and such. So you're able to save meter for level 3s like that. So awesome stuff. Apology Boy with a great first game there, but Nameless clapping back here at the start of this round. Gonna beat you up with this Blitz.
Yeah, we saw this earlier in the previous game as well. The Nameless definitely able to get themselves started and going, but unfortunately now Blitzcrank does suffer from having to play a little more patient than as well. Willing to spend the break to take off the Steam armor as well. Just not trying to have any of that. Then good pick up on that air. Wow, what a tag combo here as well. Apology Boy showing us the value and the strength of that freestyle. And once again, you said it, Jeek 2 here, just taking advantage of that meaty tentacle option, then saving that bar almost at 3 meter again. You get the right here on this Blitzcrank. It could spell the end. Remember, we still have our tag launcher here. Let's see how we route.
Oh man, Nameless not looking like we're in a great spot here, especially tagging back to Apology Boy. Wasn't able to get that level 3 in time, but dude, if any level 1 super is going to kill, it's going to be Illai's, bro. That thing hits like a truck.
Yeah, didn't even need the level 3. That was, as soon as I saw the super go off, I'm like, this is crazy, but a good scoop so far here by Nameless's Vi. That little Vi air command grab then, and jumps over the get up attack. Apology Boy not even seeing where their opponent was, decided to send that reversal on wake up, but out back Helmbreaker gets himself started, but the burst unfortunately being baited here, gonna allow Apology Boy to get this great route, to get that hard knockdown for the Illaoi. Not as good of Oki at this point, just gets a run up jab, then clips Blitz for pressing as well. Did have a bit of a happy birthday, then still going as well. This Vi is taking so much damage in the back again. This route is incredible, keeping the Vi in. The Blitz is dead. Your Vi's taken so much at this point, and Apology Boys find themselves so close to being able to make this set theirs here.
Nameless could potentially get, oh, never mind. I was going to say probably get this Fury, probably get some of that gray health back, but not if Apology Boy has anything to say about it. Going to be able to finish off that round, that game, that set, 2-0.
Luckily, there is no Yasuo on the screen. Coming up here, we have our next set. 2 players. We got L, Shiva, MX versus Crocs and Socks. Crocs and Socks now. Bit of a, you know, a player which, depending on what game you come from, then you may already be aware of this player, but recently kind of had a bit of a, you know, I'll say a boost in popularity for 2XKO with a pretty strong upset against French's best Wawa here. So great to see that they willing to pull up, show us the power of this Darius Illaoi. And before I could even finish their introduction, this Ekko is barely long for this world. The Ahri is fall behind it here, Jeek.
Dude, that's my Slayer player. That's my Slayer player. Jesus Christ. That is my Slayer player, bro. There we go. There we go. That's my Slayer player. Oh, my God. Crocs. Crocs, come on. End the round. Please save me. That's my Slayer player, please. Please,
Slayer.
Crocs, please.
Oh my god, I don't even know how to follow that one up here. But see how Shiva, they got a chance to fight out then with the Illaoi. Train is coming in, able to take out Tentacle, but jumps into the loving arms of the 2H. Good grab, knocks him in the Tentacle for the knockup, then get the charge heavy. Here is Tentacle Super. We didn't see it earlier as much again, with the rollout into throw, actually. Okay, Shiva, I see you there. I like that tag out by the Ahri to do the OTG and immediately come back in with the Ekko. This route is incredibly sick from Shiva.
We do have that break. Could be opting to try to get some of this gray health back here if you want to try to keep this Ahri healthy. But it looks like we are going to pick now to get this Ekko out. Ahri going to try to get some of that HP back as Crocs is going to possibly lose this Darius here to this level 3. It could be close, Ganyon, but Shiva with some great routing here. Definitely putting Crocs on the back foot.
Oh, my guess was no. Let's go. I just didn't want to spoil it. I don't want to cast or curse it. Gets the Illaoi assist into the tag, actually into an OTG as well. So good recognition there by Crocs and Socks, getting a full pickup then. A little bit of motion. Get yourself moving forward into that full pickup. Gets the slam. Tentacle pickup again. Darius into the headless here. Crocs and Socks. Shiva answered back pretty well there in that second round at least, but this team is able to do so much damage. And both these characters, Darius and Illaoi, get so much value out of that 2x assist.
Yeah, this team just bulldozes. It's insane. I mean, Illaoi definitely, she is the 2x assist enabler, it feels like, you know? Like, she just makes characters good with that assist. It feels like just her existing on the team. And Crocs definitely has an idea, a game plan in mind with this team. Great stuff right here. Gonna put Ekko here in the corner. Gonna opt to hold on to that break, maybe wait for the next touch here. But Crocs definitely going to cash out as much damage as we can with this one. Going to go for that S2 super.
Oh my god, and does the whiff throw into lane. The tentacles do the work as well again. Great parry on the down tentacle. Does end up losing the Ekko for the assist call here, so have to make this work. Be curious to see if Crocs and Socks decides to spend that break here at some point. We'll go for a cheeky little reset here, and yeah, there is that break being spent. Trying to keep this team alive. Definitely see the value there, but great parry on the air fireball from the Ahri. 2 H's then, and I think with the super, this should be enough to kill us. Does so much damage, absolutely. And that round is Crocs and Socks putting themselves here on set point.
Nice stuff, man. Crocs definitely looking pretty strong here. Oh, I saw the vision right there. Shiva tried to go for the parry, but unfortunately not connecting here. Crocs going to keep this combo going. Definitely does prefer that S2 super here on that Illaoi Okazeme. Great stuff. Going to be push blocked out. Shiva just trying to stay alive here despite this bleed, but that chip is adding up, and here's the throw connection.
Crocs basically just did like a B&B's worth of damage in chip damage, like with that up application. That setup is so strong for this team here. Great parry to answer the follow-up to the clone Rekka. That Fury will be coming out here pretty soon as well again. Now this character can absolutely do it. Gets the parry on the tentacle option again. This Darius about to take a ton of damage here. I don't know if we're going to have enough meter actually to get the kill. Oh, we do get the extension with the Ahri super tag here again. Might be enough to do it. It is actually Shiva showing me why. Great utilization of that super tag to get it out there. The Fury bonus damage was absolutely going crazy for that route. Before it can even finish that thought here, Crocs immediately answering back, getting the knockdown here once again. You have to guess for your life here, Shiva. Good luck. Oh no, tentacle squeeze coming in. Gonna not quite be able to do it with the super, but holds up on that jump.
Nice stuff here. Fury spent. I mean, not that you have a lot of HP to play with, but Fury Illaoi going to be able to get through most characters here, and it's going to be a really great air-to-air conversion here from Crocs and Socks to move on 2-0.
We'll see that here with James 06 and AoiKypher then, who also runs that Vi Ekko then. So a battle of Echoes then. This character showing you why that Ekko is one of the strongest characters in almost any position. One of the best support characters then, but Yasuo's ability to work around fast normals, great cancel options, a good anti-air, and so much damage then. This team will show you why that they are essentially unanimously the best team here, and James showed you why that they are absolutely ready with taking advantage of that extra time where your assist remains out in the freestyle. That makes it easy to bait out those breaks.
Yeah, I mean, James definitely a very strong player. Like I said, just won last week's bracket. but still not even the top player to beat, at least by the seeding. So, or maybe James will prove us wrong on that one. We're qualifying for top 8 still. AoiKypher doing a good job here with the frame perfect skin, by the way. That's the frame perfect one, right? Or is that the battle pass one? I love this chroma. The chroma looks amazing. Reminds me of Hubba Bubba, bro.
The Hubbo shout out is incredible, but I absolutely agree. They killed it with the frame perfect. The Ahri one's incredible too. All the different colors then, and you know, like I said before, a bit unfortunate about the Twist KO as far as the news element this week, but they have done a lot. At least what's out there so far is cool that they offered a pack that can support these players who are playing in these competitive series, both in the online and offline space here. But James being a great Hasagi starter as well again. Gets that run up 5-ish pickup to keep it going here. Gonna go with that super tag. Gonna go for that limit strike likely. Get into that burrito OS. Then cover the options. Get a little bit of respect from AoiKypher. Tries to block it out here, but the Ekko pressure keeps on going. Good holding up then to block it out on that overhead, but the charge 5H. He's running through. His company keeps on going. That ends up being just a simple throw. No farther pickup again. Actually gets hit holding up on the way up. Works for it then, but dashes through with the command grab, but a little too plus. Unfortunately, that always sent something. It could have been right, but unfortunately going to lose out on that Vi as he's going to battle with Echoes.
Nice stuff here. Going to be able to connect that break. James, oh my gosh, dude. Spending our own break just to bait our opponents right after. Aoi does have a lot of meter to use here, but James with this 3-bar, even with that Fury defense, I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep you alive here, Ganion. James show. Have you seen this route? Okay, looks like it's going to be a reset here. Aoi gets a chance to play.
Yeah, there's a pickup there where you can get into the Time Wander for the freeze and then get essentially another launch and switch. So, bit of a drop there from James. Gonna cost them this Ekko again, but having a full health Yasuo still feels pretty good going into the situation. Good recognition about the distance there with that follow-up. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get that Rekka stance medium there, and James is going straight into that S1 super, sealing out that first game. Ahri going back to character select here. Get a bit of a switch here. Okay, get the Ahri put in as well. Oh, with Jinx too here. Bit of a team composition switch up then. You love to see someone being flexible enough. Maybe seeing that the hill to climb to beat James. Might have to get a little bit different with it again, but I would say Yasuo definitely a character that does not struggle into, you know, Jinx especially. So let's see how this can be adjusted going into a whole different team. And I gotta say, being comfortable enough to run multiple teams at a competitive level at this stage of the game, pretty darn impressive here by Aoi.
Yeah, also, I mean, even something as like changing your fuse can change like how you use push block, right? You know, it's like, so like,
yep.
You gotta be careful about that kind of stuff too. Right now, I gotta say, James doing a great job trying to keep this pressure up. This color scheme looks so good, by the way. Oh my gosh, AoiKypher doing some good stuff here. We got this Ekko in the corner. We got some meter here. Okay, definitely a cool route here with that S2. Nice stuff here. James going to cash out with this Time Winder, but no more bar on this Ekko, so probably gonna have to tag back out or try to build up with some limit strikes if you're gonna keep playing with them.
Oh, good rewind into the strike follow-up, then tags into the Yasuo for that pickup. Stands H to get that kill here. Aoi just down to this Jinx and a couple of bars on that Ahri if she gets a chance to use them. But that top run up assist into the switch here. Gonna give a full B&B. Get that strike knockdown again. A JS2 strike him to the ground here. And James gonna find themselves here getting a chance to take this round, take this game. They'll be on that winner side of top 8. A good Ahri assist to get himself started then, but James did not get hit. The Yasuo still made it over that JH to get himself started, and the trade of buttons in the air goes the better way of James's Yasuo again. Kind of keeps it locked down, but there is the sandwich again. You have to be so careful of how you call your break against this team. Being able to react into that tag out gonna allow you to bait that out, and now Ahri's gonna be stuck here, and the sequence there is gonna seem to end at this point, G.
Oh man. This Ahri getting beat up there on the sidelines. Finally able to go back to base. Gonna try to get some of this HP back. Nice stuff here. Are we gonna be able to parry with this Jinx? James gonna be able to feel the burn a bit. A second there. Gonna go for that wake up attack to just try to get this Jinx off you. Both a well-timed tag and assist call. We're getting onto this Ahri, holding out this mix as well. Blocking too good. So then James pulls out the throw. Only one more interaction to close out this game.
But a great 5H there from Ahri. getting that dash up strike here. If we can build the 3rd meter, would be enough to kill. Oh, unfortunately drop here. Not ready to 2H that Ekko on the way and can be tough. Get the charge hit for the restand. Good standing block here again to try to block it out, but James's pressure is relentless. The freestyle goes crazy, and James is going to find himself winning 2-0. He having the Vi as well on deck, so good to see. When the duo running the Illaoi Ahri, this team is also very, very good. Shout out to Obelisk as well, who beat my butt in the 2SKO bracket I entered of yours a few weeks ago. Again, also running that Ahri Illaoi. But here we are, y'all, getting into our next Winners 8 qualifier. We're going to have Quainty on that Vi and Blitzcrank. Then a little freestyle action that's kind of coming through. We got Distort and faose, I believe, then on our duo Ahri Illaoi freestyle.
Nice stuff. Yeah, this is a new duo to me personally. Oh my God. Okay. Oh God. Okay, that was chunky. Okay, hold on. All right, well, I was gonna say a new duo to me. If we see, okay, hold on. A new duo to me. We'll see how this match goes, if it can play out. Don't worry, guys. If it gets a little too choppy, I'll go ahead and call for a connection test. But until then, we're trying to make it work. Quainty looking good on the splits. Gonna pull in this Ahri. Distort. Gonna have to get that wake-up attack here on this Ahri, but at least you're alive on that break. So faose is the one making that call on this Illaoi, pushing you off with that break, saying, hey, I'm trying to keep my player alive here, and it looks like it may pay off. Quainty probably going to lose this fight here. We're going to see what we can do in this blitz. Now, that's who we know Quainty for, is the Blitzcrank.
Absolutely, that Blitzcrank, very known. Hard to see in the Buzz Lightyear fit, I believe you called it last time, so definitely good stuff to see here. Good OTG as well, kind of chase that rollout again, but the run up 5H to get herself started again. Takes out the Ahri in the back, keeping the route going. And by who it is all Blitzcrank here again. Gets that pickup with the OTG, the new buff that this super got access to. Command grab into the OTG slap and taking that first round. Quainty is up 1-0.
Man. Awesome stuff, bro. I mean, I wasn't lying, guys. I said that Blitz is what he's known for. We'll have to see right now. Trying to go for some tick-throw pressure. Trying to get up after that push block. That's the thing about the push block, right? Is that's one of the downfalls of the duo. Is that sometimes you don't know exactly when it's going to come, right? You got to really get a lot of hours with your teammate to know, so you can take advantage of those. Right now, Quainty going to be able to put this Illaoi back into the corner, using that blitz for the restand, tagging back for an awesome combo here. Distort going to hold on to that break here for our Illaoi, trying to wake up, trying to get out.
Gosh, that charger out was so good from Quainty here. Willing to spend that break again. I'm trying to let this duo get a chance to play. Going to get an immediate break to be answered back here. faose going to try to get that hit on the way down. Like this for Ahri, they're going to get sent from coast to coast. These Vi routes are absolutely so good. Again, charge punch to clip the up back here from this Ahri. Gets a limit strike as well. Great optimization for Quainty. Get a little extra bit of meter here. Just kind of sends out the Blitz right hook there, sealing out that second round again and getting one on the board.
Awesome stuff here, man. Quainty with a quick first game there. Dude, that skin looks so cool on like the player avatars. That looks so awesome. And dude, but the end game of this game is going to be the transmog. It's going to be the glamour. It's going to be trying to go for the coolest fit there on your player avatars after you get enough skins. But until then, we're actually playing the game, and it looks like we're getting a nice throw tentacle combo here. Quainty will be getting this break here in a second on the next touch. You're going to have to see if we're going to be able to tag back out of this buy. Until then, oh yeah, and the threat of that happy birthday, I don't blame you spending that break trying to stay alive here.
Absolutely. This situation sends the break out. Not trying to come out here again. Those jabs are so good. The sway back then doesn't get the full pickup though. Definitely keeps those plus again. But the Ahri assist, actually a great pickup here for the duo. As long as we can get the proper routing again, it might be enough to be able to get the kill. It definitely is with that level 1 spend. When does it end at this point? What an impressive route out of our duo here again. Doing a big chunk of that Vi health here as well for that Blitzcrank. Coming in with about just half a bar, but that 2M, this button is so good on Illaoi. Helps her travel forward as well. Gives you that medium scaling then, and a great answer back here in our second game.
No, for real, dude, Quainty was so solid in that first game that I was completely blown away at how insanely quick Distort and faose came back with that last round, man. Awesome stuff. Definitely looking alive here. All of a sudden, it's either play or set with how strong that last round was. But a well-placed parry from Quainty. I like that cancel off the punch as well to try to get some of that steam back.
Back to that full screen game plan here, letting the assist try to play for you. Ooh, tries to use that down special, a little bit of the much stronger. Oh, but actually ends up blocking out enough for the Vi charge punch to come in and trade, letting them pick up. Blocks out that full sequence again here. Great defense so far by Quainty. Gets that Vi assist to come out, get the full pickup. Oh, actually drops it, unfortunately, at the end. That would have been a dead Ahri. Not what you want to see. As long as we can finish our food here, it should be a dead Vi, but it honestly kind of felt a little bit like it's been all up to this Blitzcrank to be able to do it for Quainty so far.
Nice stuff, putting this Blitz back down into that corner. Quainty was going to try to get some time alive here, but Distort, even with just a little bit of HP, got that extra credit, so to speak. Getting a lot of damage here onto this Blitz. Tagging back to your teammate to finish the job, to get that last hit, and it's going to be Distort here, faose rather, finishing off game 2 here in this Illaoi after a really good tag call there from Distort on that Ahri. So Quainty going to go back to the character select. You see Quainty do this quite a bit here in some of these recent brackets where we start off with that buy. If it works, you stick on it, of course, but if it doesn't, you got that awesome Yasuo to fall back on. I won't be surprised, not trying to jinx it, but Quainty's got a really cool Yasuo. Hopefully you get to see some cool stuff here, guys.
Yeah, super excited to see what kind of routes we get out of Ben. Ahri definitely has the ability to kind of work around some of these options from the Yasuo, but great call out on that up bag. Definitely something you can be very aware of. Ahri is so good in the air with some of her options then, so with that immediate stance 2H, good stuff here again by Quainty. Gets that breakout already from our duo. But this Illaoi full screen game, the tentacle, the motion clipping you on the way in. But this route is absolutely covered here, letting the single one pull for you here. But the push block, gonna send it out again. Let the Yasuo run through. I love that deep dash again to see what the default maybe is gonna be. Just goes with the throw, gets that limit strike, gets more of that meter. Great air sever, actually as well, catching this Illaoi on their hold back again. We can spend the meter. It's likely gonna be a dead character, probably only one bar with the right optimization. But oh my god, Quainty decides to not spend it, a little bit cheap, doesn't even need to. Calls it out with the stance H as well. We were saying it before, but Quainty's Yasuo is incredibly sick.
Dude, you got to go to the Jeekly YouTube channel and check out the shorts, man. Quainty prints views with these combos, bro. Going to be able to finish. Oh my god. I couldn't have scripted that one any better. Great stuff here, Quainty.
And I just love that kind of adjustment. You saw a lot of those kind of stance combos with double down in the previous patch, but like you're seeing more characters switch to the stance M. It's gonna be a little bit less damage than the old stance H routes at least, but you still get a lot of that meter build going into these constant special moves here. But maybe you're gonna have to send that break. Good job by our duo getting that first hit again. But the Blitzcrank is the one out at this point. Ooh, catches you doing something there with that 5F, but does not get a full pickup here again. But great follow up so far. The freestyle is coming in so well to keep this combo going for Quainty. No break out of the duo being spent quite yet here again. Presses on the low here. Gotta be so careful. Puts the button against the Yasuo. There is the break, keeping the team alive. But a great run up parry here. Gonna at least reset. When you parry that assist here, not able to get a full combo on the point at least, but kind of puts them in that tumble to be able to take your space. And look at this route here from Quainty so far. This is gonna do so much damage. Might be able to actually kill depending on how we finish with it as well.
Oh my god. I love that we were able to whiff a stance M. Oh, I jinxed it. I was going to say whiff and then fix it with the level 3 there at the end, but no, Quainty maybe just a frame too slow or perhaps a little too greedy. Regardless, faose saying, hey, you got the show off there a little too long, homie. Going to finish you with this little tippy tap OTG 2A. Quainty with that charge jump in actually is going to be plus enough to pressure this Illaoi. Now Distort on the back foot on just the Ahri. What can you do here?
Oh, great job with that jump over here, but the Fury was ready. Go ahead and cancel immediately into that, run into the dash of level 3, and you gotta be so careful with this Blitzcrank ultimate. Level 3 again is a hit grab, so if you are not able to jump before the super flash goes off, won't be able to do it, but that's gonna be 2 one there for Quainty. Good stuff. You respond to your opponents in those chats. And of course, when you get those room codes, you join it up. But we said it earlier here. Get into the first set of our winners semis. We're going to have James 06 versus Apology Boy.
Here we go, guys. Excited to see this matchup here. I mean, these are strong players. These are strong teams. This is definitely like what you'd expect like the peak of 2XO to look like so far in the game. I'll get this overlay updated for y'all guys in just a second, but of course you got James over there on the left playing the Rush Hour team. Apology Boy with a good start here and a good run in the bracket so far, I gotta say. Definitely been liking what they've been doing. Definitely hungry for another grand finals run, if not a whole Jeekly win, but you got to get through James one way or another. This time it's its earliest winners finals, but the mix gets blocked, but still too high to get punished after.
Yeah, I was surprised that J2H actually couldn't get punished here. We'll see the break coming out. Yep, there's that break being sent immediately by James. Tags out into that Ekko. Gets rid of both of those tentacles there. Pretty important. Catches them with that JS here again. Apology Boy's routes on this Illaoi are so good. Probably doesn't even need the meter. Yep, absolutely great pickup with that Ekko assist on the way down there. James already losing out on their Ekko themselves, but gets a good air jab and great recognition on the hit too. The routing choices and when you do your certain heavy buttons with Yasuo, depending on if you're getting that air or grounded hit, are very important. But an unfortunate drop here. Gonna let Apology Boy not have to spend that break to be able to send the level 3. It's gonna be a dead Yasuo in this first round here. Gonna go the way of Apology Boys.
Man, awesome stuff. I was sitting there thinking like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting there thinking like, what would I have done there? Because Apology Boy held on to the level 3. Because I'm thinking like, are you right to just mash level 3 there? Like you should just send it. Like I'm sitting there thinking, but then Apology Boy held it, blocked it out, and then used it to end the round. I'm like, dude, that's why there's good players. You know what I mean? Like, it's so awesome we get to watch them play, man. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, Apology Boy here. Incredibly great choices here. And we said it earlier too, just a lot of these functional choices with choosing how to spend their meter, keeping it for some of these level 3s, which only do so much damage in this game. Most characters level 3s, honestly, for that factor. So good job here, Apology Boy, trying to potentially bait out that break from James again, but a good 2H to get yourself started, but walks into that throw. Not quite sure if they're looking for another big game. Gotta be so careful blocking this Yasuo underneath it again. That 2H, and get yourself caught on the way up. But a tag out into that Illaoi, gonna force out that break from James here again. Sends out that Ekko after with that grounded slash here again. But the Helmbreaker into that knockup here from the Illaoi, gonna put Apology Boy one character closer to getting this first game.
Oh man, James with a quick finish here though. Unfortunately, Apology Boy is as well placed as these Illaoi level 3s have been. We're not going to see one this round rather. Apology Boy trying to go for that assist call from the Great, but man, that Sever hitbox is so big. Oh, whoa! Going to be able to pick you up with this level 2 S2 super rather. James 06 clapping back rounds here. Apology Boy with a quick first one, but man, we got a game on our hands. I hope I've been setting it up for y'all in terms of the history here. Last week, both these players trying to win that last grand finals, but dude, it's looking like grand finals right now. We just started.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these players are such high level. Definitely can show you how you can push some of these characters in this game. Great utilization of these freestyle extended tags here, while this pickup here from Apology Boy on this Illaoi can do so much damage to both these characters. Gonna get 2 rejumps because of both tentacles being out here again. The Ekko route gonna take out the Ekko in the back again. Has to spend the Fury here. This is such a disaster for James. But finds himself with that Fury cancel pickup. Gonna force Apology Boy to get that break spent immediately here. But the forward kick gonna get whiff out and get blocked. As long as we just finish this route, the Fury gonna guarantee we have a dead Ekko behind it. And a great answer back here for James to keep himself in this first game.
Yeah, James definitely taking a deep breath after that one. Like, man. Trying to stabilize something here. Oh, great pickup. Okay, so we're gonna get this limit strike. Not enough to get the level 2. No, James! Try to go for a parry there, but Apology Boy with this level 3, man, I'm seeing it build up, bro. I'm looking out for these Illaoi level 3s now.
Absolutely. sitting at this point. Any stray hit could potentially do it. But at this point then, might as well use it for a reversal, and it's my time. And Apology Boy trying to make James watch a quick little movie here, thinking about before we get into that second game. But a great quick route here, finishing with that super. Apology Boy gonna get that first game, but damn was it close. Look how low that Illaoi health bar was. One more route would have been enough to likely put it there for James, but I'm sure we'll be answering back here. This is still 1-2 for the first chunk of winner's side. Only that top 3 here will give you that 1-3 chance to answer back. So this is so important here that James finds some stability going here in game 2.
Yeah, holding on to the break here for this first touch. Probably trying to get a push block there out of that corner, but Apology Boy didn't let you. James holding on to the break here. Gonna be able to push it back. Nice stuff. We still got some gray health that we're going to try to get back here potentially. Looks like we're going to pull up with this stance as well. I love that stagger was enough to bait out that parry from Apology Boy. So you lost that meter. You're going to spend that break to try to stabilize a bit, but James pulls right back up on you.
And I'll say one of the best parts of this team is that Ekko is fast enough to make it across the screen off of that Hasagi through the wind wall there. So definitely incredible knowledge of recognition from James here, but that jumping, falling L from Illaoi. Oh, unfortunately does not get the pickup, but great freestyle tag here. Kind of makes up Apology Boy, who was trying to punish that Yasuo on that drop, unfortunately. But James was so ready for the right option. Gets the tag launcher again. This Illaoi is no longer long for this world. Level 1 into the level 3. The Yasuo privilege coming out strong, and this Illaoi is going to have to take a seat, at least for this round.
Nice stuff here, man. James, I gotta say, really is a clip maker here on this Yasuo. So Apology Boy doing the right thing here by trying to take it out as fast as possible. I mean, at this point, James, with no meter there on that Yasuo, yeah, I kind of like that wake up, get up attack. It's just like kind of, you know, maybe a little committal, but you didn't have that meter anymore. Just, hey, just get off me if it works. You do got that level 3 here on your Ekko. Nice tech here from Apology Boy. Gonna try to go for that S2 from beyond the grave here. Nice push block here from James. Man, if you could just get a straight hit with that Fury, but it wears out. James able to wait it out long enough, but Apology Boy getting a throw to try to get something started.
Great parry, though, on the assist. Going to allow Apology Boy to take some space and move up here again. The wake up attack going to stop any of that functionality. Take out those tentacles as well, but a great stray hit here into the My Time into super, and James answering back. 10 seconds were all that was left in that round. These rounds are going down to the absolute final few seconds as well. These players taking advantage of so much of that movement that Elias characters are going to offer here from those back and forward dashes. Using a good parry on that Hasagi strike through the wind wall again, but the Helmbreaker going to pick up into the level 1 super. This great route here from Ekko puts you back on the ground again, get you that time wonder, get the tag launcher, get the hard knockdown here with the Illaoi. Oh, but actually does not send it on the super again. Wasn't quite at the corner, but the jump on the break to bait it out here. As long as you can pick up the right route. This is so bad here now for James. Spends out that meter, still gonna get hit, but a great jump, heavy to get herself started. Are they gonna be a hard knockdown there with that S2? Goes for the reset again. OTG is that stance here about finish this route. I think it could potentially be a dead Illaoi. What we call it, the Mickey Tornado coming in here. J2H. This time we get it into the timeline. We saw it this time here again. I think we can finish it. Should be a dead. We drop it though.
Oh my God. That is so unfortunate. Apology Boy saying, hey, we take those, homie. It's bracket, man. We're playing for money out here. We take those. James, still very winnable game here, but the 2H getting jumped right over that dead zone, unfortunately coming to bite James as Apology Boy gets a round to even things up and put ourselves on set point. But man, this is a close set.
Going so back and forth. Shout outs to James for trying to once again go for that freestyle optimal they had built here again. But a great 2H to get ourselves. Apology Boy having to spend that break. But James is a strong competitor at this level. I'm sure they will find what they need to make themselves come on through. But a good up back here from Apology Boy gets themselves out of that sandwich mix here. Surviving essentially one of the best aspects of this combination of the Ekko Yasuo. Both of them able to cross through, whether through their assists or that roll from Ekko. But this pressure coming through here again. The empty low jump locks out again here for Apology Boy. The defense has just been so good on both these sides for so long again. Like, if you look at it right now, we've gone through essentially, you know, over 30 seconds then, and both players had like near full health bars on their teams. So.
Dude. James in an amazing spot here. I mean, this is the James that we were used to seeing, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. You look at that VOD from last week, and James had some very dominant sets against a lot of different players, and that was definitely, you know, what I was seeing in that last round, and this round in general, rather. Definitely needs a second to try to stabilize Apology Boy at this point. Probably just saying go next. You will get this Fury here, and you should try to spend it if you can, but James trying their best to not even let you. Almost killed this Ekko before Apology Boy got the chance.
Here again. Oh my god, it baits out the break too. You can kind of feel it a little bit in the air. James was just feeling that Fury pressure. This is such a common situation to experience when it comes to this game. Oh, misses out on the overhead attempt as well again, but the damage coming through. James able to hold on tight, puts up a game on the board, but Apology Boy was absolutely making James work for it.
So I just clipped that, and what's funny about it is that James won the round, but that was an Apology Boy clip, bro. Oh my god, my man was blocking, dude. Holy moly. Okay, here we go. No disrespect. I don't mean no disrespect, of course. James, one of the players to beat, if not the player to beat in tonight's bracket, winning just last week, wants to do so again. But like I said, guys, I'll say it again. This is last week's grand finals as the first match of top 8. So we'll see what we can do here. Going to get that overhead. Apology Boy walking to the corner, but the get of attack slows you down. We got that Ekko to come out, but the connection. Nice stuff here. Apology Boy going to be able to put James on the back foot. Yasuo only here in this game 3.
A little meter to work with though, so getting the right hit on either Ekko or Illaoi could be enough to do it, but a great throw. Gets that break, follow up again. Tag launcher gets the hard knockdown. But once again, we call out a bunch tonight here. Apology Boy more than comfortable just using that one single tentacle for the mix up again. Sends that forward. S1 power up again here. Great tag out to cover the option. And Apology Boy is going to find themselves here on set point again. But James was here before, found a way to claw back and do it. Can they do it again?
Bro, I need to be in the Apology Boy Discord call right now, man. I don't know if my man's in one right now. If you got like, you know, you got like the couple friends rooting you on right now, but I need to be in that fucking Discord call right now because the tension is high right now. Of course, the game isn't over. James on the back foot here, looking at Apology Boy at set point. But this is a strong player here on Team Rush Hour. Going to be able to bait out that parry and then gotcha in the corner. Nice stuff here. James on that break advantage as well. This Illaoi looking worse for wear and gets mixed up as well. In fact, this Illaoi going to the grave.
Yeah, great recognition by James there. Getting that air hit, honestly, on the tumble. Goes for the 5P, or 5L, I should say. Launcher for that pickup again. Telling you that James is absolutely ready for that hit here. And I don't know if we'll see Apology Boy spend out that Fury. Likely going to end up saving it here. If anything, Apology Boy would likely need to find the right hit. Great parry to get yourself started again. And now James is in that situation with yourself. Am I willing to spend the break? Is it okay for Yasuo to take this almost full combo? Not going to be enough to kill, though.
Okay, well, at this point could be a good time to use it if you have to, because of course you did have to commit that super assist here, so at least some resources were spent. Able to get out of the corner. Great throw here from James.
And gets the OTG after the throw with that tornado, breaking the wind and breaking Apology Boy's chance of at least getting this round. But we have our game 3 final round for the first set of this winner side top 8. No surprise, and the sweaty call assist into the tag parries coming out here. Some high level tech on display. I would expect nothing less from players at this level.
Oh, nice patience there from James. Didn't get the full punish on that parry bait, but you at least got that resource spent on the side of Apology Boy. Gonna get this. I love that special move. Just saying, sit down, stop backdashing. You know, you don't get too much off of it at that distance, but it's just like, hey, slow down.
Yeah, it's such a good option there. Unless essentially Illaoi's at full screen and you are full screen when she does it. It is so good at kind of clipping out, especially when you kind of lock the screen a little bit with your assist behind you. But a great freestyle mix coming in hot, taking out this Illaoi. Despite Apology Boy having a lot of the advantage, I made a call out earlier here that they're taking a lot of these first rounds, but James is just answering so back right now. Gonna get that limit strike, hard knockdown again. This Yasuo will not be denied, but a great jump over here by Apology Boy. Gets that throw again. Gonna send out that super assist from the Illaoi here. Funny enough that we never see Apology Boy do it in their normal knockdowns there, but they actually get it off that call. But James says, cool squids, let me chop this up for some quick sushi here as I take this set. You're locked in that animation, so it's super funny on the whiff, but all good there. Getting into our next set of winners semis here. Gonna have Fabulouszucchini on that blitz. Braum double down. We have the freestyle powerhouse with the Yasuo Blitzcrank here for Quainty. Let's get to it, Jeek.
Yeah, we'll see, man. So Zucchini playing a team that, you know, different from last week. So we'll see. I mean, I got to say, this Braum, definitely the stocks are up for this character. A lot of players have been pulling them out, you included. Been pulling, you know, blowing the dust off of Braum out here, saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, I guess this guy is in the game. And nice stuff here. Zucchini gonna be able to pull up, get this low. I mean, Quainty rather, excuse me. Zucchini on this blitz. Definitely the highlight of a lot of Zucchini's play last week, or at least the highlights that I remember, were this Blitzcrank enabling some insane play from both these players. In fact, this Quainty is going to keep this corner pressure up.
Oh my god, this route is so damn good here from Quainty. Like, goes for the potential reset. Fabulous does call it out, gets scooped anyway, gets the tag option into the Yasuo here again. Tries to send that Braum JS2 here, but the install still going hard with that there. Oh, but unfortunately, already got their first kind of strike option then, so wasn't quite ready for that limit strike to come up here. Gonna send the projectile super again, takes out the Yasuo on the tag out again. Gonna hit that full scaling option, but the hit grab super off the whiff 5M. Good stuff to Quainty. You're taking Fabulouszucchini, doing a big chunk again. This super does so much damage there in that first round going Quainty's way. There we go. Fabulouszucchini on the Braum Blitzcrank. They cannot be denied. This Braum character is so good as we can get that install going. Even before that install, his kind of ability to like set up a wall of you cannot pass this line with that shield is definitely a good option, but Quainty not being taking any of this Braum stuff to keep it going here. Let's get a bit of a steam charge again. Well, the run-up charge 5H in their face, dude. It's crazy stuff so far here from Quainty. We got a battle of the Blitzcranks right now. They are steaming themselves up, trying to get it through, but a good air throw here. There is that command grab into the tag option. Oh, but an unfortunate drop. At least gonna get the break sent out here again. We sent out the projectile super. Actually jumps over it here. I think like the first essential wave of that projectile from that Braum super. A little bit lower here again, but a great route from Quainty. Gonna go with that level 1 into the level 3. Take out this Braum. And it's going to be up to that Blitzcrank here to keep Zucchini in this first game.
We'll see, man. I mean, this Blitzcrank definitely is a what's the word I'm looking for? This character definitely just makes miracles happen. I'll say that. And Quainty going to be pulling out her own, but Zucchini going to make you regret that decision as Quainty gets put back onto the Yasuo. You know, that Blitzcrank only came out for a second and said, nope, never mind. I'm tagging you back in.
Absolutely here, but there is a great route coming through from Zucchini. Keep this thing going. Luckily going to get that pickup here into level 3. So actually chooses to not go for that steam pickup here. Instead, just do the level 3. Big chunk of damage here onto this Yasuo. Basically, any hit could potentially do it. Great use of that JS1 to get over here again. It's going to be so spooky here. When will this Fury come out? It's going to have to be pretty soon. Luckily, when to get the crossbow coming through here again. Actually, we're holding on to it then. We are ready for that pickup here. Oh, no. Zucchini just held on a little bit too long, and Quainty's going to get that first game.
Dude, why is Quainty like one of the best players I've ever fucking seen, dude? Oh my god.
They're cracked. It's like the comfortability to run like a bit of an awkward team. Like Yasuo, you are so used to this character who can just zip across the screen, access the big buttons, all stuff there, and then you pick up a character like a Braum or a Blitzcrank or a Illaoi, and you have like you kind of feel the sluggish difference a little bit of how you navigate across the screen. So Quainty's reliability at how they pilot this Blitzcrank here, Zucchini does the same thing. It's so dang impressive here from both our players.
Trying to wind up some of that steam. I like when you're able to find those little moments that do so, and you don't get a lot of steam after, but you don't commit too much to it, so you can get combos like you just saw Zucchini got there. Quainty going to spend that break resource though. Nice job doing so. Gets the pickup after. The wake up attack going to come off of you. Nice stuff. I gotta say, a lot of wake up attacks tonight from all of our players, even as early as the first round of pools. Man, this has definitely been a very common mechanic tonight. People just been picking rock as Quainty takes out that Blitzcrank. Zucchini going to be showing off a bit of this Braum play here.
I don't think we've been able to see this Braum so far, but a great route again. It's a little bit of that grounded charge has to keep it going. Oh, unfortunate drop here again. A little bit of that Potemkin butt slam in a different form. Says there's a charge here again. Oh no, but then actually ends up clipping themselves, trying to get the punish. Still able to get the round though. Definitely have been so spooky here. Zucchini had a bit of an awkward route again that would have been a likely dead Blitzcrank and Yasuo if we got the proper finish.
Coming in with the Wii right there. Nice stuff. Oh, dude, I love how you were able to program it for so long that you actually were able to save your Yasuo there like a true support would and then tag in. That was insane stuff. Zucchini doesn't even let me get the compliment out before we clap right back. And then, oh my god, oh, damn near took out this Blitzcrank. Not going to be enough, but it's close.
There's that advantage of that double down we were saying before. Freestyle is definitely one of the most popular ones you'll see at the higher level, but doubles down still has its place. There are some characters who do very well at it. Blitz and Braum being some of them here again. Lets you get that guaranteed great parry here, and the side switch as well. As Zucchini absolutely showing off again. Oh, an unfortunate break there as well. Likely not looking for. Gonna still get this route going here again. Great usage of that down S2 when you have the ice install. Unbreakable coming in. Big chunk of damage. One more bar behind. Blitzcrank coming in. Keeping Zucchini in this winner's semifinal set, and we are going to round 3.
Here we go, man. Zucchini going to opt for that Blitzcrank to start. Being very active on the round start as well. Quainty. Dude, Quainty, I mean, honestly, low-key piloting two characters at once, it feels like. Well, both these players, I gotta say. Once you get up this far in the bracket, especially on these round starts where you're able to jump, get your super assist, program a move. Your opponent's doing the same thing. You're trying to react to what they're doing. Great stuff here. Quainty going to tag back to this blitz. Zucchini gets opened up here, and Quainty going to walk into the corner.
I love that utilization of that grab, and as the grab is going off, you know the hit is going to be there. You can tag into the other character with the addition of that tipper wind wall option. Knock up again. The Wii keeps the route going. It should be enough to kill. It is. Quainty's routes with this team are absolutely pushing both these characters to the absolute limit here. Once again, Blitzcrank grab to come out again, gets that strike coming through, holds up, not to take that Fury media option again as well. But here comes the Yasuo with essentially a, assist behind him is the scariest thing running at you. And Quainty, if we can finish our food here, this should be a dead Blitzcrank. Just get the simple J, S1, S1, S2. We're going to go for more. Wouldn't expect anything less from Quainty here on this team. And Zucchini made it absolutely close, but Quainty kept it going so that they were the true cyborg of this set. Getting into our other side of the losers round 1, we have DragonFGC versus our duo Ramza30 and Newbie. Oh, and actually Dragon with the Ahri Illaoi team again here instead. Definitely a strong powerhouse character combination. So much mixed potential, but that 2x my time call, despite the little bit of the nerf coming in here. Let's see if our duo can keep the pressure on.
We'll see, man. Dragon, definitely excited to see what they have here today, man. Going to be making the losers run angle. But you're going to have to get through this duo that we've seen many times before. Jinx going to be piloted over here by Ramza, Newbie, of course, that Ekko extraordinaire. This duo, I think, what's awesome about watching them play is that they get so good so quick. Like, versus week 1 to now, and how consistent they get top 8 every time they enter. We'll see right now. Dragon holding onto that break, opting to hold into that defensive mechanic. Newbie gonna, oh my god, doesn't take out the Ahri on a pixel.
Oh, it's such a rough spot to be in. There's no real way to quite get that extra hit that we were looking for. Though, in fairness, then, Dragon's likely not want to have to call out this assist until the health's a little bit far back so far again. But when will we even get the chance to spend that break? Oh, actually gets the tech out here again. A bit of a reset we're looking for, but unfortunately, this Ahri did not die the last time. As long as we can finish this route here, this will look to be a dead Jinx, but the unfinish did not come through. My time, no tag out here again, but the Illaoi assist gonna take out this Jinx. And a big health lead still here for Newbie on this Ekko, but having your team together can be so important in this game to get that OTG orb, to only to get that hard knockdown and that limit strike here. Dragon definitely answering back.
Oh, tagging back to that Ahri, a little risky with that HP, but it worked out with that throw. The level 3 actually connecting with the tentacle. Does that work? Oh my god, okay. Okay, I was about to say, oh my god, that was about to be cheap, but Dragon doesn't get cheese today, gets the first round.
Yeah, it definitely still has the ability to activate off of other things there, but as long as you are blocking, you will not get hit. So good recognition there by Dragon, being ready for that follow-up from Newbie. But good run-up so for Dragon from that Ahri. Oh, he uses the assist to kind of give you that safe jump-in option, be able to block that get-up attack here again. But a great shoot him if you got him here from Ramza to stop that Ahri from getting her game plan running. But a good route so far. Oh, does not get the full setup again, but I love takes that space here. So important when you're playing a character like Jinx then, who really wants to play that kind of long range, annoying spam projectile game. You know, until you are ready to go in, definitely continue to hold to your space. But Dragon is absolutely mauling. Unfortunately, Newbie getting clipped on the overhead, and this route is going to be making you question, make sure you wish you stood right now, because Dragon is so close to answering back and potentially taking this first game.
Keeping that pressure up. I like how we were using that 2H, but then also our Ahri assist call to keep it safe even on block. So nice stuff. And then with that tentacle still lingering after all that time, the tick throw comes out on top. But Ramza gonna be able to take out Dragon here. Unfortunately, spent maybe 1 bar extra than we needed, but at least you took out the character. You take those, and you know maybe it wasn't optimal, but as long as it gets the job done. With that being said, Dragon still in this round, and that's allowing the 2H connects.
Oh my gosh, Dragon was looking for this 2H here. And I love that ended the combo a little bit early into the super, so we couldn't get the break back for the duo. Even if they were spamming it in the back, it wouldn't have been ready. Dragon showing that they're absolutely aware of their opponent's resources. You love that level of awareness, because that will help you seal out those games. Gets the first game here of this round 1. Definitely, but it's great to see this duo so far running a strong zoning plan, taking advantage of all of these Jinx buffs that she got recently here. Actually, a much stronger character again. The zoning game is looking so good so far, but a great charge there on that Ahri forward here again. But gets that space back now with that Ekko assist.
I like what Dragon was doing there with that run up forward S1, just full on clearing the screen at times, depending on the zoning timing patterns from Ramza over here. Nice stuff. I like one cool thing about duos is that they're like APM in terms of how often they tag and how often they assist call and stuff is also just so much higher, it seems like, because it's something that you're really thinking about. It seems Dragon gonna go for that SQ level 1, but it gets answered.
And great answer indeed. Essentially that Jinx level 1 Shiva got him. I think there is, it kind of beats all projectiles in this game. You essentially have to have an anti-projectile move to be able to work yourself through it. Good utilization of that lockdown with that grounded S2 from Ahri. Keeps themselves there to take that overhead from the Illaoi. Dragon set up some strong mix there again, but the rocket pop, oh, unfortunately there, Newbie rolling back to not get the full pickup here again, but a good route from Dragon to get that re-jump going through. Gets that OTG orb super, double JL, oh, but unfortunately gets a drop there. Let's Newbie roll out of the corner, but it's looking a little spooky again. The overhead comes in as well. Good block on the low, but watches the other side, and Dragon is going to potentially find themselves here now on set point.
Oh, wow. I love that cancel. Newbie with a really good round start. Ramza, rather, on this Jinx. Newbie waiting to call in this Ekko here. Gonna go say, hey, it's my time now. Goes for that 2H. You saw that Ramza had it queued up, but Dragon still able to get in with this Ahri. Goes for that tag launch. Gonna opt for this Okazeme here, but no meter on the side of Dragon here, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, so kind of one of the issues of spending that meter on that Oki, you know, access to the parry then at least, and there's no meter quite till right at the end as well. Good usation of that zap into that active tag here, bringing Newbie into this Ekko. This Jinx, very, very low health behind it, and catches the roll out there. One of the best aspects of that Burrito OS there is you are able to react to someone's roll in that startup and be ready for that throw. But we've seen a bunch of strong Illaoi routes tonight here, and Dragon, definitely, no slouch as well. Keeps the situation going. OTGs, sends it with the R super, and I love that pickup that it actually combos into the active super tag from the Ahri, enough to take out that route. Dragon gonna seal it out with an incredible utilization of all their characters' tools and take it 2-0 over Ramza and Newbie.
Here we go, guys. We got Squeegee up against Apology Boy. Squeegee just coming from fighting out against a duo team, so saying, hey, at least I got something a little bit more normal this time around going against Apology Boy. But it's not too much of a blessing, because Apology Boy, one of the better players that I've been seeing around here, made it to grand finals just last week, wants to make it up to that grand finals again, but you got to get through Squeegee first.
Absolutely, and tried to send that take a break there as well, but no full pickup here. Good job into taking it to that Yasuo, but gets clipped by the Illaoi, brings him to the ground. Great routing again to get that active tag with the Ekko. Push to that corner. We said before, Apology Boy definitely does not need to spend the meter. Gonna let them keep it. Get this happy birthday. Look at that big chunk of damage here on Squeegee's Ekko in the back coming through. Had a great lead going into this Illaoi here, but a good jumping. Going to be able to answer it back immediately now in a battle of the boys who can control time. Let's see who is able to make the right call, who has that working pocket watch here again. And a great route here from Squeegee. Going to go ahead and keep this route going for Apology Boy. On the knockdown, Bruca's coming through. Good wake up parry. Stop that projectile coming in, but the up back Hellbreaker keeps the route going. Will the Fury come out here from Squeegee? It does!
Nice stuff. So we got that Fury spend. Apology Boy looking like we're in a great spot here. We're gonna have to see. Gonna be that. Oh man, I gotta say, man, we give Ekko so much credit for that my time assist call, but Illaoi's, it's close. It's pretty close. So seeing them both on the same team can be kind of funny.
Yeah, definitely an incredibly good, strong forward. Essentially like a lariat option there. Illaoi's is so nice because it does give her an option to get a tentacle on hit. So really, really good utilization here. Apology being ready for that option, but Squeegee here, definitely no slouch on either of these characters. The Ekko could absolutely still do it, and that rewind into the strike to get ourselves started and put a big chunk of hurt here on this Illaoi. We have a long mountain to climb here again. Get started with that up back being held, but the up back again into the knockdown straight to the Ekko's arm here. Didn't get the break quite spread out, but there is Fury coming up here for Squeegee. An option there, but they're ready for that wake attack. And we actually jumped forward then too. Apology Boy was smelling that Fury in the water. As long as we finish this route, it should be the game is ours. But the parry was ready. An immediate break answering back here from Apology Boy, knowing that they don't want to give Squeegee a chance here to get back into this one and go and take this first game.
Dude, I gotta say, man, I don't know what's in the water, but our players tonight and baiting breaks, it's been going hand in hand, it feels like. Especially Apology Boy. We'll see what we can do here. Getting one game so far here on the board. Squeegee making a hell of a run there on that loser side. Taking out that duo team. Getting a happy birthday right now. Great stuff. Gonna go for this Burrito. Catching that roll out. The break gets spent. Tagging back to this Illaoi. Goes for the parry. Not going to be able to get that gray health back. In fact, we're going to lose more of it as Squeegee tagging around, beating you up. You're going to be sent to the corner here as that Limit Strike comes out.
Yeah, great route choice so far here. Get one. I love that option. Chooses to go with the Sever instead of doing that extra follow-up. Gonna catch Apology Boy, who's been so commonly going for these up tech buttons on the way back down. So Squeegee here showing that they have options ready for some of their opponents, you know, essential wake-up options again. So we'll go for that delayed Time Winder again. And oh my god, Apology Boy guessed right on the parry, but only one hit came through. So it ended up calling back, and Squeegee gets the hit here. Good chunk of damage, almost a perfect as well then. And we love to see Squeegee staying in this.
Oh, okay. Great tag back there onto your Ekko. Seeing that your Yasuo was about to take one to the dome, but Apology Boy. Oh, wow. I love that jump back that put you right into the corner. Squeegee, the God-given sin of just up forward, not going to work out today. Apology Boy going to take you out with this level 1. Squeegee just wanted a chance at this tag out on that Ekko, but wasn't allowed to do so. This Yasuo going to have to carry, but Apology Boy going to try to finish off this 2v1.
Yeah, good job with that. Essentially back her box jump over here from Apology Boy. Gameplay push away to this corner then. At this point, I imagine this Yasuo is no longer long for this round at least. We'll give it another shot in the final round here, but Apology Boy with getting this round 2 and a perfect as well on top of it there, finds themselves here now on set point.
Ooh, oh. Both players pausing there in the air. Squeegee trying to keep that pressure up. The break gets spent. Oh, wow. Yeah, try to keep that pressure going, but I don't think the Time Winder connected, so Apology Boy was able to actually get that fuzzy mash off. So Squeegee going to go for that wake-up attack, but the well-spaced tentacle comes out. Apology Boy couldn't keep the combo going, unfortunately, but does tag that Illaoi. Gets the reset, the American reset. And we're taking it down to just this Ekko here. Full break as well. Apology Boy in a great spot.
Definitely where you want to be. Immediately sitting that break, trying to keep themselves in charge here, not letting Squeegee play the game with the overhead coming in here. Doesn't get a full pickup again. Gonna get this pickup though into the tentacle here. And I think we'll be able to build at least the level 3. Yep, gonna go ahead and do this to the tag launcher here. Yep, the level 3 waiting for this Illaoi. Send it to the ground. Tell you the Kraken here. Judge your soul. And Apology Boy has deemed it that they are moving on 2-0 over Squeegee. Absolutely able to slug, and the damage is so high with that double down choice, y'all. Well, here we are, the other side of losers quarters finals of the Jeekly Twist KO 11. We got Fabulouszucchini versus DragonFGC. Let's get to it.
Here we go. Just getting assaulted downtown by support characters, man. You got Poros, you got Fist coming. Great parry, great stuff. Zucchini, Dragon trying to be active here on this Ahri. Trying to get out of this corner. We'll see. Going for that reset. It's going to be baiting out the wake-up attack. Dragon does have this break holding on here for a moment. Doesn't want to get it baited out. In fact, at this point, could be saving it for Illaoi, right? You got to talk about that support character. You haven't been able to see too much of it yet because Zucchini straight up playing combo trials, I got to say. But if we can just get out of this corner to get some of that gray health back, honestly, that would be enough. And it looks like this Illaoi gets a chance to play. Here we go. I walked all the way from top lane. I didn't have boots yet. Took me a while to get here. Hold this Oki.
TP was on cooldown, just couldn't quite make it till this point. And honestly, one of the best parts about just getting that straight hit, straight knockdown on Blitz is Blitz will lose that ice, essentially shield install there if you do make him hit the ground. So definitely good stuff there to Dragon to be able to caught. I wonder if this opportunity gets caught here. Actually gets blocked out by Dragon. Good chip damage coming through, but not enough to take out this Ahri. And this route is so good. We saw Dragon hit in these before. Definitely not going to plan to drop them. Oh, does not get to pick up into that tentacle. Unfortunately, goes off here again. But the Blitz Invincible Shield allows the Braum Invincible Shield allows that Blitzcrank to jab the Ahri out of the sky. And this is the big value, one of the biggest values of running Braum on your team is that even if he doesn't have that install essentially that ice shield set up again. That unbreakable shield is so tough to navigate and deal with here. The Dragon doing their best to stay alive. This Braum is so close to falling over here again. And the movement back and forth, Fabulouszucchini trying to work their way through. This big man has no problem getting around the screen.
Yeah, dude, this is the most footsies I've ever seen in this damn game, bro. I mean, actually, though, great stuff here. It looks like it's going to be Zucchini cashing out here with this level 1. Not going to be enough to kill, and Dragon... Yeah, I was pausing there for a second to see if you wanted to spend the Fury, but Zucchini's there, of course, just mashing the jab, probably rather looking for that break bait. Dragon doesn't feel like a hero today, wisely holds on to it, and in fact starts off pretty strong this round.
The Ahri S2 grounded into that tag launcher again. Illaoi coming in hot. Rollout coming through, but a great rollout. Actually, is that 5L there from the Braum. Gonna punch out this Ahri here again with a great trace by Dragon. Once again, you see this mobility coming in here for Ahri. He's able to absolutely make so much distance to cover. If you are not ready for it, you're gonna get that knockdown coming in here again. Motion coming in with the command grab here, and this Braum likely gonna have to make it out again. Oh, does not actually spend the meter. Oh, does not have the meter actually for the Illaoi to finish it off here. Gonna allow this Braum to heal up a little bit in the back. This Blitzcrank has to survive. Gets jailed down by the Ahri here again. This route is going to absolutely hurt. That big chunk of damage about to come through here. Blitzcrank going to get that charge. Sends out the end of Obi, but the break does come through. Takes out all those tentacles in the process.
Ooh, oh my god, not only were you able to take out that support character, but it didn't mess up your combo a single bit. With that being said, the scaling is a little high here. Couldn't go into that Illaoi level 1, but lets you go for that down S2 to get a 2x KO. Wouldn't be a 2x KO stream without them saying the thing. Great stuff, Dragon. Gonna parry the round start here. Zucchini trying to get something started here. Doesn't want that momentum to go to Dragon's side, but Dragon gonna force it here with this Illaoi.
Shout out to Odin's Eye Gaming for the raid as well. We appreciate it. Hope everyone's here to watch some sick 2x KO action here. We are in our loser side of our top 8 bracket right now. Great parry there by Fabulouszucchini. Fight out again. Still keeps the route going here, but unfortunately just drops at the end. So awkward depending on what hit you'll get with some of these things here. Your B&B you may know, but are you sure? Where did it start from? Again, that 3H from the Braum. The multi-hitting low here chases out. But Dragon finds a way to jump out here again. Basically gets over on the get-up attack here, but no full pickup. But the air dash gonna catch you slipping here again. Will this Braum be long for the... no, Zucchini wants to hold on to this Fury. But Fury Blitzcrank can absolutely do it. We'll have to work pretty hard again against this team.
We'll see. It comes out here. Oh, but the 2H very well placed there from Dragon, going to opt for this early Oki here. The roll does get you out of the corner, enough to get you away from that super at the very least. I like the Fury cancel on the support character. That was well timed there from Zucchini, trying to just make some of that distance. Catches you with the low. I think that was a counter hit as well. Dragon going to be taking some damage. I'm watching when does that break come out, when do you opt for it. Nice stuff here. Zucchini going to be taking some damage, or cashing out some damage, and I see that steam as well completely built up. Dragon going to opt to turn this into a Fury for our Ahri here, as Zucchini's trying to make this comeback.
I really like that choice, honestly. Oh, but jumps over on there. Oh, baits out the Fury right away here. Once again, you feel you're maybe going to lose if it gets the right hit. But if we get the stray, you're going to find yourself dropping into the game. No meter, though, for the Ahri to get the pick up there with the Orb Super here. There's still a chance for Fabulouszucchini. Has to be the right call, the right hit. But this Ahri works around the screen so much better than you do. Should has going through. Good parry on the option. Jumps in and gets the parry on landing, but has to deal with the Fury now. This could have been you covering it earlier again, but the heal going through. 6 is up on the clock as well again. Fabulouszucchini had to try something. The timer working against them, and a 2H from Dragon's Ahri gonna seal out this first game.
Man, what an awesome round right there. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Zucchini, I gotta say, as well as Dragon played there, and as much as we were trying to keep that checkmate, right? Like, if you were looking at the chess.com win percentage, it was slowly going towards Zucchini, but Dragon was keeping that favor in our hands for the most part. Nice round start from Zucchini, as Dragon already at basically half HP for both characters, trying to get some HP back on our support here, as Ahri is going to put this Blitz down here.
There we go. Tag launcher coming in, gonna send out that squid. Serious rolls, been working very well here again, but we are ready for it this time. Dragon was looking for that roll, so commonly used to give attack, bait out here again as well. Dragon was absolutely reading these options from Fabulouszucchini, able to get that break into the tag out here again. So important here. Brings in the blitz as well. Tries to cover these options with the break, but maybe we're break baiting a little bit too hard here. And we get a little bit of deja vu from potentially the previous game. Oh, but an unfortunate early parry from Dragon. You're going to not only spend the meter, but lose out on that Illaoi as well.
Fortunate stuff. At least your Ahri is fairly healthy here. You got the Fury in your back pocket. You got level 3 after some pretty good limit strike round. I gotta say, all of our players tonight have been pretty well versed in the meter economy, it seems, building and saving. Zucchini, no meter. Talking about no meter, right? No meter on this Braum, so we're gonna have to get something. Trying to spend it from your support character beyond the grave, and it may be enough. Unfortunately, couldn't get that OTG Poro, but does get the throw after. Baits out the Fury, but doesn't fully, as Dragon gets that connection, but it's gonna be that wake up Blitzcrank assist super in a very close round, I gotta say, because if Dragon just gets one hit in a B&B, that was a dead Braum.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious that if Zucchini, like, you know, they had an option to OTG with that down S2 from Braum there with the ice to get it there, but maybe they just want to make sure that they kept that and worry about getting bursted off in the process. So definitely good choicing, keeping themselves enough to get that round here. But so far, this second round has been all Dragon. The forward roll again, despite it not working out the past time here. Dragon absolutely ready for his options. Will we see a break here, save this blitz? Likely not. Makes me wonder that unless there's like a perfect hit here for Fabulouszucchini, it is 2 full health bars to the 1.
Oh man, got you with the throw as well. Full armor on deck. Dragon gonna have a hard time getting out of the corner here in the face of Zucchini's Braum. It is a solo character here, but no meter, no break, no HP, and the reset catching you. Now you're just down to a 1v1, and I mean, I don't know, man. These support characters in 2026, man, they can get pretty fed. Even mid laners have a hard time. We'll see. Dragon doing a good job here.
Oh, good switch on the overhead as well, and you're not joking, Jeek. This character, Braum, does so much damage here. Definitely has a lot of great rounds for utility as well, but he's so able to make it into these options here again. Central tent for the level 3, but doesn't actually get punished here again. It's working out so good here for Dragon. And whatever we're going to see the Fury to get spent, likely going to be holding on to it here. We do have the Fury for as well. Try to send the level 3 just to see if it works out. Actually, we are going to send this Fury. We have to be so ready for this Ahri. But an unfortunate spend here by the Fury means Dragon is going to be going into this third round, not only on set point, but having a full break bar to work with.
Man, awesome stuff. Zucchini just trying to slow things down there. Doesn't want Dragon to run away with it. I don't blame you. Ain't nothing but a thing. It's just a little bit of break meter. Ain't nothing you can't chew through. With that being said, Dragon looking good here. Gonna be able to get this OTG super. Gonna try to limit strike after. No, actually it's gonna be the tag launch, I see. Yeah, I mean, Dragon feels pretty comfortable going full meter dump, it seems like, and then just going for a couple limit strikes after, and it's very comfortable with that gameplay.
Love that situation. You saw Zucchini finally kind of stop doing the roll on that technical setup, but funnily enough, that roll would have beat the option Dragon went for this time with that hard tag out into the Ahri. So kind of funny that both our players are adjusting here from a situation, but that Blitzcrank no longer longed, at least for this set here again. And these routes are working so well, but unfortunate no full pickup here. Gets a bit of a reset into a new pickup again, but that Fury is coming in hot pretty soon. Tries to send it a little bit forward with that unbreakable shield here. Braum definitely struggles to take advantage of that unbreakable shield and the same value without a real assist behind it, but gets that cancel in that S2 through the projectile into the S1 super here. But the retreating guard gets clipped by that low option here, but the bait on the break as well. Dragon was absolutely ready, and good try to Fabulouszucchini, but it wasn't enough. Dragon's gonna FGC takes that 2-0. Rush hour combination in the Yasuo and the Ekko. So let's see as we get into it, guys. Winners finals, get hype in the chat here. Remember, this is a first to 3, a best of 5. You must show that you have your opponent on red and knows what to do to get it going here. And a great 2S to get ourselves started for James, taking Quainty all the way to the wall already. Gonna get that limit strike. No option here to do the Ekko, the essentially Burrito OS Oki with that meter being spent so far here again. But the first break here going in the way of Quainty.
Nice stuff here. Quainty, yeah, we did get that break, but the HP is so low in your Yasuo. Yeah, you're going to have to do something if you want to try to keep him alive there. Yeah, oh, that got tricky, right? Because putting yourself right beside that Ekko, just, you know, Amazon same-day delivery yourself, but going to be able to tag launch regardless, try to get some of that gray health back. I like that jab right there, just realizing that the combo was going to end, trying to go for a reset here against James out of the corner. The Ekko tried to go for the throw, but the whiff gets punished, and Quainty looking healthy on this blitz, puts you on the back foot.
Absolutely, that's going to be up to this Yasuo without his Ekko partner then, but Quainty finding the perfect route here. This damage is going to be so high. Not, I don't believe, quite a route to be able to kill here, but going to go for that limit strike option again. Not quite ready for the option, but jumps back here, just sends out that Blitzcrank command grab. You got to check if your opponent is awake and ready for this option. Could do a good chunk of damage here. But Quainty sends out the level 3, but the up back of there, so not going to get punished at least. That would have definitely been a dead Yasuo, but the throw's still going to come in. The OTG with the tornado, able to be picked up into the level 3. The Yasuo privilege, breaking the win coming through here. And that first round so far going to Quainty.
Awesome stuff, man. Guys, real quick. Yeah, Oni brother, the GOAT. I was about to say, I was about to shout the Matcherino. You read my mind. !Matcherino, guys, in the chat. Claim those codes. Would love if you could do so. You can see that little number in the bottom left go up, 5325. You can make that go up with every claim code. It's free to do and goes directly to your players. James06 and Quainty are going to be trying to fight for that lion's share of the pot. We're going to see who's going to do it. Quainty already with this round lead. James with sitting already on some bills from just last week. See if they can do it again. Bless me. Sorry, I tried to mute in time. I couldn't do it.
All good, all good. Hey, it is the season to be sneezing, so definitely incredible stuff there. Quainty gonna take out that Yasuo. We saw it in the previous round. Full health bar coming in, but Freestyle loses so much when you don't have it. Actually gets a cross through again for that pickup here as well. Can't say I see that one as often here. Quainty showing us why they have this max level Yasuo again. Gets the stance 2H here. Takes him to about 60% across the screen here. Doesn't really get real Oki. The looks like it's so big. There's 3 bars to work with here. Good luck keeping yourself alive, but game 1 gonna go to Quainty here as well. And this Yasuo Blitzcrank is showing you why that while you're playing with a strong character as Yasuo, these top tiers can absolutely partner up with and basically any character in this game and find some functionality, some reward. This Ekko trying to get a pickup, but an unfortunate awkward situation with that tag out again. Yasuo going to come through. Let's recover a little bit of that health in the back here right now again. That charge H to come. Break speed spent here as well. Falls back into the breaking arms of the Yasuo 5N. But the Wii going to come through, falling from the rafters, kind of cover this Yasuo on the entrance again. I love this uppity we're seeing from Quainty so far.
Nice stuff, dude. Quainty going to be having this level 3 in our back pocket as well. Doesn't even need to spend it. It's going to be able to save it for this Yasuo mirror, it seems. Trying to check you out with that Hasagi. Oh, man, that was a little chunky right there. Hopefully we can still play this one out. Okay. We're making it work. We're making it work. Both these players I know have good connections, so I think we're just getting a little... we're getting a little bombed right there by the internet, but we're fine here as James trying to get up out of this corner. Quainty, he's got this level 1 though and full steam, doesn't even need to spend it. James will have that, no, I'm about to say will have that fury, didn't even get the chance to build it, let alone a chance to decide if you wanted to. But Quainty was such high HP, man. I gotta say, dude, this blitz has been very explosive. Quainty's been able to really tap into that potential there. James able to slow things down when it matters though, trying to catch his retreating guard, but Quainty doesn't let you.
get that break spent out here from James. Sends that Ekko on the way in, but a couple backdashes back and forth with a great 2H to get herself started. Catching that Ekko slipping here again. Gonna send you to the ground here as well. Actually misses the pickup there. Looking for a stance L. Gets 2L instead. Still able to cover it. The wake up attack not working out there for James, and that Ekko no longer around for this round at least here, but a good hit getting ourselves started. Gonna get this route, pick it up here again. Oh, an unfortunate drop here from James. A little bit uncharacteristic of a player of this level here again, but maybe not quite fully ready for what Quainty's building here. Just the dash up 5L to get ourselves started, taking it back to the ground, slamming it as well here, and now we find ourselves 2 games up right now. Quainty on an absolute tear, but we've mentioned it before, you gotta get 3 to get yourself into grams.
Yeah, it's going to be all of our finals tonight, including on the loser side. So semis will be first to 2, to be completely clear. Quainty right now with a great round start, gets that OTG after James. Going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. I think there was a nice bit, a chance for James to spend that break, trying to get some HP back onto this Yasuo. Ekko is going to be the one putting Quainty down here, but no meter to play with, neither character. So it's going to be honest normals out here. Was able to build up enough for that install, but Quainty calls it out with a wake-up command grab after rolling out.
I love that too. Command grabs having priority over throws in this game like they do in a lot of other fighting games. So good recognition here by Quainty, like kind of giving Ekko the role he was looking for with that burrito as then sends a command grab immediately on that wake up. Great knowledge and awareness here from Quainty against what that's brave, but you are in the sandwich right now. So many lows coming in, no over coming through, the slash coming through here as well. Great routing by James to keep this going. Gonna like to get that limit strike knockdown here. Nope, not if it comes through with the break, and falls with the 5JL again. Quainty is on an absolute tear, keeping themselves in it this set again. Hopefully none of our players experiencing too much of this. It's just a little bit of a spectator issue, but a good match here again. James, even if they got that Fury, I don't think we'd even spend it at that point. And Quainty is now on set point.
And we'll see. We're trying to make it work out here. James clapping right back here. That retreating guard coming out on Quainty's side as his split trying to get some of that distance back. A little too far to get those punches to connect, but James is able to use that wind wall full screen to get this Ekko pickup right after. Quainty does get that air tech out of the corner, but I love that air stall, that hop there from James. The Wii comes out, keeps that pressure up. The push block lets James tag back to this Yasuo and then take Quainty to the corner, but that break is getting high here. Quainty may opt to spend it and does so.
Keeps his team together again. Both these freestyle combinations definitely need their partner to get the most out of what these characters can offer here. Oh, and great dash through there as well, keeping that tag active. This route continues to go. I love that delayed freestyle option again. Not able to get the break quite out, but James holds strong, holds true, keeps his break going, and Quainty not able to go there looking for it. Finds himself now getting limit striked again. 3 bars on both sides. The run up throw, gonna get that OTG with that stance L again. Tipper tornado, however you want to end it at this point here. It's either tag or that J2H here. James is not out of it quite yet, and there we go, gets the hit they're looking for. This Blitzcrank, as long as we can finish our food, gonna be falling over. Gonna have to go back to that base. Check out this gray screen real quick here, because James is still in it.
Nice stuff right there. Still set point for Quainty, but that's the James that I know right there. I gotta say, Quainty playing on a whole nother level. Definitely, I mean, I guess I can't be too surprised getting just 3rd place last week and then already showing some awesome matches so far tonight. Sitting 2-0 on set point already. Definitely the people's champ out here on this Blitz, but James, previously winning brackets, many-time top 8er, strong Ekko Yasuo player, showing you why they're here so far in the bracket. But great block on this mix so far from Quainty.
Absolutely, there's a Hatsuki into tag out of your assist. Such a good option to kind of give you like a run forward, especially on the pickup here again. Not going to take out this Ekko, but we're going to get that full steam seed here on this Yasuo, sorry, but catches out on the attempt to switch over there. that air explosion. I believe that is the S2 super from the Blitzcrank again. The good air punch, keep it going. Has to spend the steam to keep the route as well. Sends the command grab onto the tornado, gets an OTG with the pickup here again. I have not seen this route before from this team. Another slam on the ground, and Quainty gonna take the quarters from their victory. A strong 3-0 over James 06. Definitely shows the potential of what other things they've been working on, or were working on at least, for all the art. So very, very impressive stuff here. But looks like we're ready to get into our next set, y'all. Here we have Apology Boy versus DragonFGC as well. A battle of freestyle, a battle of Illaois as well here at this level. Definitely be very exciting to see. Curious how these characters can kind of navigate what options she can bring. Take advantage of that great forward assist here and see what kind of motion we can bring in.
Oh my god, the burst baits, bro. I gotta say, man, where Apology Boy goes, we are baiting breaks. Nice stuff. Dragon on the back foot, it seems so far. This Illaoi is able to air tech away, using that push block to just get a little bit of space. I like using this Orb of Deception. Oh, wow. Because it, like, kind of stalled a second there on the Time Winder, Apology Boy actually whiffed that parry, it seems like. So, Dragon coming out on top, keeping you in the corner.
Yeah, good stuff to Dragon. Keeping this going as well. Sets out those tentacles, keeps the sequence as well. Apology Boy able to block it out so far again. Calls out the assist, but gets caught by the JH from Ahri. No longer long for this timeline again, and Dragon finds a pretty good advantage here, but a great parry. Yourself going only on the assist though. Oh, and covers up with the 8 into the forward Rekka here. Apology Boy showing you that they know the spots. Write those down if you're trying to figure out where can I parry this character off of me. But Apology Boy showing such strong pose for this sequence. The pressure keeps on going. The stagger on the 5 L's as well. Again, gonna seal out the fight, dropping the first character if they're getting that first round.
Man, awesome stuff, dude. I like that we're like having to show off what these different point characters can do and what's enabled by Illaoi, right? Like, especially the freestyle builds of Illaoi that we've been seeing a lot of recently. Looks like Apology Boy's keeping it simple right now with this Ekko, though. Being able to tag back, going for that air special to get this massive Oki out here. 4 tentacles Dragon's facing, but using that break to get rid of all of them.
Oh my gosh, that late tag as well, to be able to block on that way in. The 2H trying its best, but no, not going to get an attack going. Knockdown coming in here for Dragon. Tentacle and the command grab coming through, going immediately to get that break being spent out here again. Kind of just getting back to that more neutral point. Tagged out just to send that forward S Rekka back immediately into it, but a good air throw here. Throws it into that me time wonder, but gets to get parried out here again, but the tag out into the 2H. Apology Boy taking Dragon out of the sky there, and this full health Illaoi will have to do it by herself. A little bit of meter here, still be a spend, but falls with that air as 2 again here. This route is so good, gets a great pickup to keep the situation going. Here comes the strike here again, 1 meter projectile. Our tentacle keeps the option. 5M to get ourselves started, and so much damage is about to come in here. As long as we can finish this route, this game should be yours here. And Apology Boy just enough to do it. Goes into the level 3 in game 1. Going to Apology Boy.
Yeah, I was giving Apology Boy a compliment earlier that we like really are meter conservative, it feels like, on our Illaoi, but I mean the same goes for the Ekko, right? You know, at least in terms of when we're building Limit Strike, we're doing it for both characters. So Apology Boy getting more opportunities than not to pull out some of those very high meter options when we need to, at least. Dragon with a very aggressive round start, but an awesome air tech here from Apology Boy, gets out basically unscathed and actually gets a pickup too.
Gosh, look at this route. Gets himself going, gets that knockdown again. Apology Boy, the king of the super list. Tentacle Oki. 1 is all he needs, but a good throw here by Dragon. Push up into the corner. Kind of sneaks on the other side here again with that Ahri assist to get the pickup here. Look at that Apology Boy. Hold on to that break there. Dragon's, you know, having both those characters out going to allow you to get that freestyle tag to be able to bait out again, but covers out the parry, hits the assist, causing that tumble there. Whiffs the throw, though, and this is unfortunate. This Illaoi, unfortunately, did not ward the lane, and about to take all her health bar here on that follow-up. Great knockdown. Great combo here to seal out that character, and good to see that Dragon's already answering back here, but a parry so far by Apology Boy. Apology Boy has been absolutely killing it with these parries tonight here again. Answering back, about to be a character, a piece here. If we can finish our food, but of course we can't. Caster Curse coming in hot.
But the Ahri is going to be able to get some of this HP back here as Dragon. Actually, I feel like every time I say that, players are like, nope, I'll tag around. But of course, the freestyle lets you get that extra tag in. So Dragon just doing that for an extra second just to let that Ahri get a pickup and then put her back to get that gray health regardless. An awesome enableization from freestyle. But a level 3 comes out from Dragon to end this round. Man, awesome stuff.
Yeah, so good there. Gets that bird. Oh, not enough to kill though, but hey, clips him on the way out. Definitely was, you know, I was thinking the same thing there. That Apology Boy's Ekko's going along through this world, but dies right away again. Try to at least save a little bit of that break near build up for Dragon, but Dragon now up the round here again. Remember, we are back to the losers semi side, so it is a 1st to 2 now. Best of 3 between these 2 players. So we'll see if Apology Boy can at least answer back on the rounds. Get back to that set point. Off to a great route so far. They're going to push Dragon all the way to this corner here with the Illaoi. 1 tentacle Oki is all we need. Covers up the up tech again. Goes up for the run-up throw here. Move it again. Wants to wake up attack a little bit too ready. Gets it called out. And I love that choice to not give another normal that could potentially have been broken with the break option here as well. Go straight into that super then. Apology Boy playing so damn well.
Oh, nice. I like that. The overhead hit into the throw reset, but Apology Boy saw it coming and was ready with that tech, or at least was able to react to it. He's got you beat up here in the corner, holding on to that meter that I gave that comment to Apology Boy earlier, and here it is coming out in loser semis, and you need to pull out stuff like that because, reminder, because it is semis, it is back the 1st to 2 here. Dragon had the Fury, but said, hey, look at all that HP on the side of Apology Boy. I'm already up around. I'm just going to go ahead and just hold on to this defensive mechanic. With that being said, Apology Boy is on set point.
Absolutely there. Bit of a S1 from Ahri, but gets clipped on the switch out. I love that late tag from Apology Boy this game with the active tag mechanic. Then there's so many kind of awkward situations where you have to like make sure you kind of keep your eyes on the right character, but knowing that your opponent at any point, if they're not getting hit, can tag into that active option from your assist here. But Apology Boy gonna go ahead and get that helm breaker. Good throw into that tag then. Gonna get a full pickup here again. No break being spent quite yet from Dragon. When will it come out though here? Not quite yet. Try to hold tight. I know I was looking for it here as well. Calls out the option again. Watch your toes. This route's gonna keep on going. Apology Boy has to sit here and watch this full combo as well again. Now send out the tentacle Oki. What will be the wake up option? Brings in the Ahri to keep the meaty options again. Keeps on getting covered by his tentacles every time. Calls in the Ekko. Gonna beat up, but just gonna roll out here. But 2H coming through. Good parry on the assist once again here. Apology Boy defense is so damn good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, both the defense and also like the hard call out plays between break baits and parries and such, and well placed anti-airs as well. Gonna try to get out of this corner. Wow, a great air tech right there from Apology Boy after a great air throw from Dragon. Speaking of, here's another one. Unfortunately, getting the 2H there, so that Ahri is gonna go down after that whiff assist call, but Apology Boy gonna lose this Ekko right back.
Yeah, actually, Dragon there did a slight delay in the route just to see if the fear would come out. Apology Boy Grand Slam holds on to regardless though here. Oh no, but the level 3 gonna come in and definitely gonna take out this Illaoi. Dragon keeping themselves here in this set, puts up a game on the board, and we are going to game 3, y'all.
Man, awesome stuff right there. Apology Boy definitely was feeling pretty good about that one, having the Fury in your back pocket as long as you just got hit one time and then was able to spend that defensive mechanic after. But Dragon eliminated that when the one hit was the one that you needed to kill. So nice stuff. We're looking pretty good right here. Dragon going to catch you on the tippy toes right here with that 2L. Got you in the corner. You also got that tentacle if you end up rolling out. Let's say Dragon wants to try to, or rather Apology Boy wants to try to get a roll out here. You got to face that tentacle there. Actually, no, it looks like we're going to use it for this Super Oki. But again, that break, great job at breaking all of those to try to get out.
Yeah, really good stuff again, but there is that Helmet coming through. Actually going to whiff on the other, but the overhead from the Ahri's coming in hot. And as long as we can finish this route, a dead Illaoi in our future. Good stuff to Dragon, finding that scramble hit and fishing out. This game has so many kind of elements where you have to be ready for these stray hits. Know what you can pick up into. We leave them without your assist when they are up. So often it's like, when do you want to use it? When do you want to bring them in here? Dragon, go ahead, send this orb. Just keep self plus on block here. Tempted parry, I think, from Apology Boy. We're going to get clipped out now. And despite Apology Boy getting that first game, Dragon was answering back. And now they are on set point if they can get this round.
Here we go, man. This is where the first of two sucks, because it's actually super close. You know what I mean? Goddamn. But here we go. Dragon. Gonna get this tag launch here. The Oki comes out. Apology Boy opts to go for that command grab on Wake Up, where Dragon likes spending that level 1 for that S2. Gonna be able to mash out the corner with that 5M, but the break gets spent. Great tech there from Apology Boy. Oh!
Oh, and walks into the Time Winder. We all think that we're just dash blocking our way through. We get clipped on the way in, and this full combo into knockdown for your troubles. Motion keeps the pressure going there. Tries to call it an assist, but now you're holding it out. But actually, you lucked out so well there and fell out of that combo. Dragon counting their blessings right now, at least for this round's sake. Gonna send the orb. Actually gonna clip the Illaoi in the process there. Kind of like what we're taking advantage of with the run-up throw through that gap in the Ahri. Gets the OTG with the fireball. Sending that orb super. Likely going to be routing into that. Hard not to. Actually goes for the hard bait on the break here again. Not working out so far, but the pressure keeps ourselves going here. Dragon, this would have been so close for Apology Boy to answer back, but the sequence keeps on going again. Apology Boy's defense is holding so strong on this Illaoi, even willing to send the orb again to keep it going. Finds the hit to get out. Defense wins champions and wins you around here. Great stuff to Apology Boy.
Yeah, and you can just immediately tag if you really wanted to try to get that Ekko out here in time. All you got, unfortunately, for that extra credit was just a little bit of extra damage onto Dragon's Illaoi here. You do have the Fury in your back pocket, and you do have that tag super Oki. Dragon was able to roll out pretty well here, just trying to be very patient. You do got that Fury. I'm looking at the bar. When do you want to spend it? No, we're actually going to hold on to it. Dragon doesn't feel like a hero today. Dragon say, hey, look, you got me? I'm going to hold on to this mechanic. I'd rather just keep it safe here and keep it calculated. For now, both players are sharing set point in the very last round.
Yeah, I like that too, because if you were wrong and Apology Boy got that round going into this last round, being down break and feel awful. Break was already spent by Apology Boy. Dragon finding that first hit. Still two healthy characters here. Gets that limit strike option into that delayed tentacle Oki here. Another late tag with freestyle into the Ahri. Gets extended hits now with the tentacle pickups. The route keeps on going here. It's likely going to be routing into that orb super with the OTG option. Actually, yep, going to go actually into that second S2, but you can cancel it early into that Foxfire super. Great stuff so far here from Dragon, despite walking into that Ekko 5M.
Trying to dance around here. Oh, man. Dude, I bet that air special actually would have frozen you in the Time Winder, by the way. So well, I'm almost glad we didn't see it happen. Oh, my God. The wake-up attack gets baited here. Apology Boy with that setup was able to take Dragon out for picking that option. But the air tech gets you out of the corner. The Ahri call was a well-placed one. Oh, my God. That pickup would have been amazing. But the 2H from Apology Boy is actually going to get some damage here.
What a 2H call out indeed too. This Ekko trying to do his best to keep Apology Boy in this set, but the dash up into the lights, it has to be to get that Fury being spent right now. Gets clipped by the Ahri assist going forward here. The route gonna push you all the way to this corner. Apology Boy likely have to deal with one more mix-up, one more guess to keep yourself in this tournament so far. What will it be? And it's simply motion that seals the deal and lets Dragon get a crack into that losers final side, taking it 2-1 over Apology Boy. Absolutely, guys. Here we go. Losers final side of the Jeekly 2XKO number 11. We got James 06 the freestyle Ekko Yasuo specialist. We again, DragonFGC rocking that Ahri and Illaoi with the freestyle. Doing a great job in a close set on Lucas75. Make sure to check out that YouTube to see the VODs from all of these games tonight here, as well as from certain levels of pools. But James going to spend that break to get themselves in here, keep the sequence going. Dragon just going to have access to that break here pretty soon. They're going to let James finish their food for this route at least, then get that install. But actually able to jump out of the throw. James was not quite able to keep that going and get that pickup from that burrito OS here. A bit of a tag into the Yasuo, but gets clipped by Illaoi. This character clips me all the dang time when I am playing this Yasuo. Supposed to be one of the fastest characters on the screen, and Illaoi still finds a way.
Yeah, man, she got some big hurt boxes, bro. She will find a way. Nice stuff right here. Going to use that Ahri call to just keep that combo going a little bit longer. James does get a second to breathe here. This Ekko on life support, but still amongst the living, but not for long. Delaying the inevitable, it seems. Dragon was able to take out Ekko here, getting our first round on the board. Let's see what we got. Is James with a pretty confident round start here.
Yeah, good stuff here from James. Despite dropping that first one again, actually baits out the break from Dragon. Definitely not what you want to be seeing, but already got the starter here. Getting that bait, you have to make sure it is a grounded 5H from that stance to get the strike people more used for, but getting limit strike is still pretty big. James up with so much meter, already getting the install here. Great route here, maximum damage, taking advantage of that full route. Not even needing to spend any of the extra meter outside of that rewind install that he has access to. James here definitely going to be looking to take this round back, but it will have to get the right hit. Gets the run up throw. Yasuo privilege with that OTG, sends that tipper tornado, keeps the route going. Oh, but an unfortunate drop here by James. You have to get that jump down heavy to get the pickup then. So probably why we saw the 2H coming out there. Unfortunately, no ability to get that full pickup after.
Fortunate stuff here. James with a really strong round start, though, I gotta say. Dragon did just get our break here just in time. It's about the time you would be getting it here. That wake up attack. Gonna get some spacing. Tries to go for a wind wall, but I like how Dragon took the space immediately. Didn't let James get any reward for the time of spending that wind wall. But with that being said, James capitalizing on that Ahri HP. The gray health will be churning back up, but you can only get so much back as Illaoi's trying to fight back here. James with an awesome pickup off of that tumble.
Yeah, so damn good here. Good chase as well, and I love that stance cancel into that dash. Gets that 2L to get the right pickup again. And look at this damage. Oh, but an unfortunate drop by James. Definitely not something I am used to seeing from this player. So clean on those pickups there, but maybe this evening has been going through. Maybe they've been playing 2SKO for a good chunk of time. We get a little sloppier as the night can go on, but so far going to be able to send that Yasuo assist, cover themselves with a Time Wander super behind as well. And Dragon here definitely would have to do quite the comeback to be able to get this game. So James is going to take that first game and be up 1-0.
Nice stuff, man. James trying to take us back to a rerun of last week where he won last week's bracket, but a little bit different last time, right? Because last time I think it was strictly winner side the whole time. Unfortunately for James, was sent down to that loser side by Quainty, who's making a hell of a run tonight. So, but right now, Dragon taking a lot of damage here on this Ahri. Did tag back for a moment there, but opted to keep her in after that freestyle tag. James does have the break here, but opts suspended as well. Nice stuff. Puts that Ahri in the back pocket, trying to get some gray HP back, trying to get some distance as well.
Yeah, the patience by both these players is so good. Good stuff that James, though, takes advantage of that assist call, gets the clip, then tags it in, be able to get that pickup for this Yasuo into that limit strike, but Ahri forward assist into that option. He actually gets clipped by the Illaoi behind it with the tentacle, but this Illaoi air dashes in, sorry, Ahri dashes in, gets the multiple overheads, gets the route they're looking for. This is likely going to be a dead Yasuo, depending on how we're looking to end this route. Gets into the slam, sends out the super. shakes it to the Kraken here, and good stuff to Dragon so far right now, being up a full character over James. But this Ekko here, not too far away from the Fury, could potentially come out again, but a good tool to get started. And there's that Fury as well. James have to be very careful as they move forward. The parry was so ready from James to make it through that projectile, getting that throw again, and now this could be all James here, but this Illaoi finds the hit she is looking for, tries to go for the multiple re-jump option here. Dragon gonna drop it, but that Fury bar is absolutely baiting down here. Oh, no full pickup off that side switch.
Yeah, that was actually interesting because it hit both characters, so it made things a little weird there. James probably not expecting that one. Dragon walking you down. Oh my god, probably expecting a throw, went for the tech, and actually got a back throw incident of our own. Awesome stuff, robbing that round there. That being said, actually, it was pretty close both sides. James, of course, down on that break. Dragon, I mean, down on our luck, losing that round start.
Oh my gosh, there. Great quick cancel, stance it forward, then on that push block. Lets you potentially call out any further options here again. And James is looking so clean right now. Have not really been able to see Dragon kind of reestablish themselves here in this game too so far. And this poor Illaoi might not be long for this world here. As we can finish the route, gets the spike into that Time Wander, gets the freeze frame again. This situation keeps on going, but sends the super, actually whiffs, unfortunately. As there was supposed to be a spike coming down that just never showed, or maybe they needed to do the tornado super instead to pick up. But Dragon finds the leaf they're looking for, has to tag into this Illaoi. Not a lot of health to work with, so this would be so spooky again, but you gotta be careful on these forward rolls. Dragon has been so ready for those tonight.
Dragon doing some cool stuff there, even that program down S2. I saw that, by the way. Trying to get out of this corner here, blocking it out. That J2H, it can be safe if you can tag your opponent. I mean, rather your teammate. Great stuff here. James gonna keep that Yasuo with as much HP as we can with no gray health there. Wow, well-timed tag 2H. James going straight into the level 3 to take out Dragon's Ahri here, taking that break spend off the table as a choice. And now Dragon, I guess we do have options for this Fury, but at this point, James is in an amazing spot.
Yeah, he is here. Even if this Yasuo goes down, Ekko with a full Fury behind it, there's definitely a possibility you'll be seeing that coming through here. Good parry by Dragon to stop a little bit of that pressure coming in. James can still get clipped there, pushed all the way to the corner by this Ahri. Super assist here again, and there is the break to keep this team alive. James can feel it, and honestly, all it's going to take is one good hit to get ourselves started. Does not get punished for that 2H. Definitely a lot more minus, but not possible to get hit, and that roll through on the rewind gets the strike. Immediate super, so no Fury can come out from Dragon. James is playing absolutely out of their mind. I love the utilization of that break to answer back, and they are now finding themselves up being 2 games.
Trying to get in here. My time. Just with an accent. Strong stuff allowing. Going to be able to put Dragon in a great spot here. James getting hit with that down S2 though. The break comes out. Yasuo. It's going to be the tag here. Try to get a block on that Orbit Deception. But I got to say, Dragon taking out your support character and positioning well here with this Illaoi. James not in a great spot.
Definitely curious to see how we're going to answer from this point. We are definitely down in the character department, of course, but this is Yasuo. So strong. I love that sever option. Going to get broken into the corner here by Dragon. We'll spend that meter as well. Keeps James locked down again. Great fast tag out here off that throw into the Ahri pickup again. Gets that fixed hit stun into the tag launcher here as well. Going to spend the Squid super, judges as well, catches the toes on the option. James did not decide to do the roll this time, and great stuff here. Dragon, despite falling down 2 games so far, still has it in him, putting up on the first round.
Dancing around here. You had James with the Time Winder and that tornado after the wind wall. We were able to do some cool zoning there for a moment. Dragon getting picked up here after that install, after that throw. James cashing out. That's going to be a lot of meters spent on the side of James though, right? So Dragon Yeah, we did lose some HP here on our Ahri, but we're not in a bad spot meter-wise. James, on the back foot here, we got to get out of this corner. We do have our break, of course, but getting thrown into this tentacle. Are you going to keep this Ekko alive? Yeah, decides to spend it.
Yeah, I can respect that need. This team is so much better when they are together, but it's going to be so tough. Great defense so far off those multiple overheads from the Ahri. Good jump out on the command grab here, too. James's defense helping them play out of their absolute mind. Oh, unfortunately misses the cross on the card they're looking for. Gonna go ahead and let Dragon be able to get a full route here again. And I don't know if this is quite gonna kill, maybe just off a pixel, but there is so much meter to be worked through here, even if James does kill him just enough to kill the absolute last hit there. Dragon putting a game on the board, saying no 3-0 for you, James, here. I am still in this.
Awesome stuff, man. I gotta say, with like, I don't know, man. I'm very happy with how the bracket's been going so far. Very happy that despite the players ending up where where we probably would have expected some of these players to end up, that the matches have been so insane, so many surprises. And with that being said, there have been a big handful of upsets tonight. So that being said, every player on the screen right now is in that prize pool in the bottom left corner of the screen, guys. You can still claim those free codes on that exclamation point Matcherino in the Twitch chat right there. Claim those codes. Every 4 adds $1 to the pot. Your players would appreciate it. Again, they all get paid out, everyone you see on the screen. At this point, Dragon going to spend that break here to try to get some damage dealt back to James, but at this point, your Illaoi's donezo, man. Your Ahri's just 1v2.
Gosh, that cross, Yasuo's assist, letting him cross through, then being able to active tag in, and then severing to get a same side hit. Definitely some top tier privilege from this character, but James does it so well. Does not get the full pickup here again, but with that throw, going to get that install super, which lets you do the break follow-up immediately after it then, and James is now on set point. 1 round potentially away from getting that run back here against Quainty. See if they can take down the behemoth Blitzcrank player themselves, but Dragon still has an opportunity to potentially answer back, but unfortunately this Ahri got caught pointing her finger here, getting clipped by this Ekko. Actually is able to get out of the corner, clip it in the process too here. That's not what James was looking for, with that dash stagger 5L pressure. So good again. When will the break come out? Not quite at this point yet here. From the sky here, tries to fall with a button again. Not get a full pickup here, tries to get the throw, but a good hold up by Dragon, keeping this Illaoi safe.
Nice stuff. James going to take a decent bit of damage here, but your Yasuo will be able to fight back with a bit of meter here. Dragon going to make it hard for you to get out, to get a chance to play with it, though. Yeah, the tentacles are going to catch you. Just honest and simple right there. I got to say, James unfortunately wasn't able to show off much of that Yasuo there in that round. Dragon in a great spot here, especially considering that Illaoi basically full HP in the background.
Absolutely is. Good routing from Dragon. It's likely going to be answering back, maybe taking us to that round 3. Goes with a little bit of the charge 2H option, but actually unfortunate drop here. I don't imagine we're going to want to spend this break anytime soon. Honestly, might even be saving for the Fury, but Fury also coming here for James as well. So pitch could be an answer back, but yep, definitely going into that 3rd round. Both sides having access to that counter option, stopping these counters from there, but that assist from the Illaoi coming in, allowing that OTG. Great re-jump route here from Dragon. They go that tag launcher, but immediately break coming after from James. Not going to take any of that tentacle nonsense here, but a good jump over on the forward swing from Dragon here. I just going to get juggled into this Ekko Bombo here again. Tag launcher coming through. Going to go ahead and get the spike for that knockdown here. Started getting here as well. No actual tech option there too. Kind of chose to roll down. Actually a great option from Dragon. Got them out of that meaty stance H or M.
Oh, nice stuff here. The break does get spent here. Dragon feeling good about this round. The whiff throw, unfortunately, on Dragon's side, at least fortunate. Well, depending on who you're rooting for, James didn't get as big of a punish as you probably expected, so was able to live out of that corner. James looking good here, though. Unfortunately, going to be caught by this over deception. Dragon doesn't have any more meter to play with, right? So you're going to be looking at some tag launches and meter strikes from that Ahri from this point on. You do got that Illaoi S2 super, and sometimes that can be enough. James going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. 1v2 in this Yasuo.
Yeah, and Dragon, despite kind of going down in some of these early rounds here, been able to at least fight their way back. It has a pretty good advantage over James here. Yeah, both in the health department, but Yasuo, if he can find the hit, could definitely sequence into putting some big damage on this Ahri, but does not quite get a hit here. That JL working so well again, and the super delayed bait from Dragon. I love that they're purposely choosing to hard commit to the option. If you're gonna do it, definitely commit. And Dragon taking us to game 5. Boot up the silver scrapes right now, Jeek. But here we are, losers finals, game 5 again. James was so close multiple times, being on set point, but not able to quite answer. And Dragon, it was like a whole new beast.
Awesome stuff, man. That gave me an idea, by the way. I gotta remember that. Oh, man. Silver scrapes, bro. That took me back. Here we go, guys. Oh, man. Nice rewind here from James. Going to be able to get this pickup here on Dragon. Going to be able to air tech. I like that. Holding on to this break for as long as possible, right? Just going for that wake-up attack first. Trying to fish with these lesser committal wake-up options first. To try to see if we can get away from James, who's doing the same thing, by the way. Trying to hold on to this break meter. Yeah, no penalty swapping back or forth because no great health on the side of James. On the side of Dragon, however, the whiff throw doesn't get punished.
Sends out the super orb. Gonna check both the characters on the way in here again, but at this point it could be the end for James. Catches the Ekko assist there with that 4S2 option. Actually whiffs the button but gets the cross through here. James is routing and let them. Oh, unfortunate, drops it right at the end. This is not what you want if you are James, but catches the Ahri overhead. Not ready for the resets coming through. As long as we finish our food, Dragon potentially on the option to not only take themselves as the winner, but off of a reverse sweep.
We'll see, man. James trying to chase you down after with these wind walls. Oh my god, that 2H actually connected. Oh my god. That was actually like some hitbox madness right there. At least it seemed like it for a second. Dragon taking that one on the chin. That Ahri taking a couple licks there. Ain't nothing too serious. Ain't nothing a little bit of gray health won't fix. As James is able to run this pressure, but the throw gets whipped, and this happy birthday is gonna hurt.
Gosh, everything coming up Dragon right now in this series. Look at that damage that came in. 50% off both characters there. I think get a little bit of that gray health back on the Yasuo in the back, so James is a little bit more patient. Gets that cross through here, but the break coming through puts you into that corner. Gets the first throw. Breaker also answered out here from James. When will come out here again? But the tag option gonna come through. Tries to catch out this Yasuo who tumbles out here. JS1. Oh my god, the respect from Dragon did not chase the recovery on that JS1 here. But there's James's break coming out at this point. Ekko gonna run all the way through. Actually gets underneath the Ahri coming in. Tries to fall with the button, but the tag out into the 2H was ready from Dragon. The most pushing you back closer to this Illaoi, but watch your toes. Good job in that 2L. Taking out that tentacle here again, but the sandwich starting up here with overheads, but these crouch blocks are coming in right now. Tries to send it on an overhead, but blocks out. Dragon finds the gap. Gets the level 3, takes it to the Kraken, and is now just one character away from winning this set.
Oh man, James of course does have that level 3, but with low fury and HP at this point, James can't make a single mistake. Of course, this is a great start. Did not expect the Time Winder to go in that direction. The push block is going to afford Dragon some leniency, some space here. Sending that Orb of Deception. Looking out for that return. Great awareness here from James. As we do get a pickup, Dragon will be losing this Ahri here. James has a chance on this level 3. Dragon, can you finish the round?
And a run-up throw is going to start doing that here again. I don't think there's a route that will be able to kill from this point. We're going to go ahead and just go into that level 1, into the level 3. We'll freeze the clock during this part of the super animation here. Put yourself in that corner here again. One hit is all it is. Dragon still, I think, has the health lead here as well. Yes, James had to still move forward despite the big chunk of damage we got there. And did their all, but Dragon's gonna take the reverse sweep. Grand finals of the Jeekly 2X KO. Number 11, we have Quainty on the Yasuo Blitzcrank versus James, who, oh, sorry, not James here, Dragon, I apologize, who fought back very valiantly against James there in the Ahri Illaoi here from the loser side, which means they do have to win 2 sets to be able to take this tournament.
Dragon being exposed a lot to this matchup tonight, regardless of who they've been having to play, right? So Dragon gonna have to see what we can do out here. Definitely have some opinions on this matchup. Quainty sitting in the grand final seed, hopefully staying warm up there. Definitely the people's champ on this Blitzcrank, looking strong right now. I like this routing here. It's going to be Quainty going for the tick throw. They take out Dragon's Illaoi here. Definitely this Blitzcrank looking strong with another throw to follow suit.
Yeah, there it is. Unfortunate that this Ahri not going to be able to get a chance to try to answer back. At least build some meter for Dragon's second round here, but Quainty already up in this first game. Could be so tough here, but a good parry on that assist. Get himself started here. Bit of a B&B get started here on the Illaoi, but stop dropped a little bit early then, but Dragon gonna get a couple hits here. Blitzcrank being that taller character, about to deal with a few more of those JLs coming in. We'll try to send a second grab as well. I love that attempt here from Quainty to get a pickup. Still gets that hit with Yasuo. Get that limit strike here again with the get up attack and to slow them down.
Using that wind wall to push you back. Nice stuff here. Oh, unfortunately didn't get the full conversion. I did see we did get that hit there. Dragon gets another lease on life here. Gonna get you on the empty hop low. Quainty feeling the pressure, spends the break. At least you're able to keep that blitz alive here, but Dragon gonna catch you on the throw, and the tentacle lets you get the combo after. Dragon having you in a bad spot, but Quainty still fighting back.
Absolutely dashes through, gets the throw here, and Quainty definitely looking pretty strong in this first game so far. You've mentioned it before. Maybe a little ice had to sit there and just kind of watch for a little bit, but unfortunate pickup does not get the full combo. No full limit strike here again. Quainty was with the simple dash into the hit grab from Blitz here. A big chance of coming in. This is likely going to be a dead Illaoi. This super does an incredible amount of damage, and game 1 is going to go to Quainty.
Quainty doing some good stuff out here, man. I gotta say, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of level 3s from Blitzcrank recently, and I know I've been watching a lot of Quainty games, and I'm putting 2 and 2 together. And I gotta say, it's been working. We're sitting up here with a 1-game lead in this grand final. It's definitely where you want to be. And guys, if you want to make it even sweeter for these players out here who are guaranteed 100% of that prize pool, you can add more doing !match claiming those free claim codes. Who's going to get that biggest share? We'll have to see. We're going to use that Wii program. Quainty catching you in the air with a throw. Going to be able to take out this Illaoi here.
Absolutely, this Illaoi gonna have to go back to base and see if her mid laner can answer this terrified support. But the armor gonna come through. Oh, we attempted to parry the option, but didn't quite come in here again. That dash up throw was so good as well. Just make sure it keeps the sequence going here. Not have to get the kill, and Dragon sends another parry just to try to answer this, but it was such a long potential climb to even do it here. And yeah, you're just kind of seeing that it's so hard to get the right hit. You could potentially parry some of these slower blitz options here, but this Yasuo can just cover blitz so well, and they definitely synergize with a lot of these launchers here. But good stuff to Dragon so far. Gonna get that limit strike, then sets up that tentacle Oki here. And let's see what Quainty does on defense here. Tags back out into that Ahri. Actually gets a dash shot to get in, but actually picks up the Blitzcrank in the process. A great situation here for Dragon. They put a good chunk of damage on that Blitz as well.
Unironically, though, Quainty will be getting Fury this round. There's a chance that you end up spinning it because that's a decent amount of gray health. This Orb of Deception going to make it a hard... I mean, at this point, it's an easy decision to make. Quainty probably just going to go next. Yeah, Dragon with a couple good... guessing rock a couple times right in a row. Was able to take you out there, evening up the rounds here. Quainty, of course, getting to hold on to that resource. Gonna be able to push you back with these full screen special moves, but a well-timed parry there from Dragon lets you pull up.
Yeah, I love that recognition. Knowing that even with a parry on an assist, you're not gonna get, you know, a full pickup on the character at least. You're just gonna kind of force that tumble sequence there, but a great up back here gonna make that command grab whiff. Essentially, you've been seeing like, you know, not a lot of command grabs in sequences. Honestly, pretty easy to read some of these options from that Blitzcrank, but good recognition, good ride so far by Dragon, who has found themselves here pushing Quainty all the way to the corner here. This Yasuo to take a big chunk of damage, then gets that hard knockdown, sets the tentacles, brings in the Ahri for a little bit of the spookier sequences, and an unfortunate assist call timer is going to once again put a big chunk of damage against this Blitzcrank, who does roll out right at the end here. But this Yasuo, I should say, so close to falling out, would have had to find a parry to get that sequence in, and Dragon here seems to find a bit of an answer so far to make Quainty absolutely sweat.
For sure, man. Dragon with some well-placed routing here. Gonna hit you with the Ahri tried and true patented double down right there. Taking out Quainty here as we get game 2 on the board. Okay, so this isn't so Quainty sided as maybe the Quainty believers thought. We'll have to see. Dragon at least going to put on a show out here as we're getting some games on the board. Quainty with a well-timed parry on that round start, and I love how all of our players like to go for that mix after that assist parry, right? Like going for the throws, in that case going for the cross-up. Look at the samurai back shots. Great stuff here. Dragon gonna have to wake up here with this attack, but the break gets spent.
Absolutely good parry on the assist coming through here again. A parry being answered back, and I love that jump. I think that's her J2H, if I'm not mistaken, there on that side switch. Tries to send out the armor blitz here. Doesn't work out, but finds a stray hit. And this Ahri is getting absolutely destroyed in the background here. Good chunk of damage coming through. Gets that meat tornado up again. And I actually love the utilization of that tornado. Keeps you kind of locked down. Puts you in some real mix for that command grab to hit.
Quainty, oh my lord. Sped run that round, gotta say. Definitely looked like a Quainty round right there. Evening up on the tension on our meter. Pulling you in. Dragon gonna go down on this round start. That Ahri taking quite a bit of damage, man. It's yeah, you're gonna take some damage on that first hit, right? But especially if Quainty spends meter. But bro, that was damn near 80%. At least we're able to get some back with that gray life. And in fact, Dragon gonna be able to deal some damage right back. Quainty hurting.
Yeah, this Blitzcrank here gonna have to figure out what they're gonna want to do on Wake Up. Goes for the roll again, and I love that we saw that earlier. Quainty utilized that against Illaoi, rolling away, trying to give the Illaoi players that desire to roll, but the throw will lose to the command grab on the startup then. So wait to get over there, and a little bit of a shimmy option then. Gonna get the parry to be baited. No meter anymore for this Illaoi. Gets the extra extension, just barely drops it here, but I love that side, which puts it back into the corner here. Dragon, not a lot of life bar to work with. Gonna send out that Ahri super tag as well. Here comes the chunk coming through at this point. Gonna send back with the push block, tagging into the Yasuo, and Quainty puts the second game on their side of this grand finals. One more will seal it, and potentially, I should say, if they get it, make themselves the champion. But Dragon was able to keep this from being a 3-0 here. Let's see if we can get a game to answer back.
Here we go. DragonFGC out here. The Dragon Ball Fighters Dragon, by the way. Not the Mortal Kombat Dragon. Looking good out here. Those tentacles are aplenty. Getting grabbed right here. Quainty will be having that Fury, but dude, Fury on Blitzcrank, sometimes it's better than keeping that Yasuo alive, low key. Dragon taking some damage right now. Gonna be thinking about your own break about when you want to spend it. Gonna wait for the second touch most likely. Quainty gonna dump this meter, having that full steam backing you up. The wake up attack buys you that time.
Absolutely, but this Blitz can definitely do it, but jumps over the command grab. Gotta be careful. You can't do a falling button to stop that one because of the armor. Does the correct thing by jumping over, sends the level 3. Gonna at least slow down this Blitzcrank. The Fury meter gonna be not draining until we get out of this part of that cinematic here again. There's about half the Fury meter retaining, still slowly draining down. Quainty not able to find the hit they're looking for, and Dragon doing such a good job here in this game for keeping the momentum on their side and taking the first round.
It was actually like super critical that Dragon like really finished that combo there, because Quainty was getting a lot of extra time with that Fury defense buff. Able to catch this Yasuo here, dunking him right down with that Illaoi. Gonna be able to put him in the corner here. That Orb of Deception comes out. The push block. I like how we were able to use that Air S1 to get out of that corner and avoid that return orb. Nice. Oh my god. There's the anime game that I like to watch. Great stuff here. Quainty taking some damage.
Yeah, that's super delayed. JL gonna clip Quainty. This Yasuo take so much damage. I think they might be dead here, maybe just a bit. Nope, that level 1 from Illaoi does so much, and Dragon doing a great job keeping themselves in this grand final set, making Quainty work for it, but the Blitzcrank routing coming in a quick 50%, and the Steam install being at the ready too, but this would have to be tough here. Quainty trying to get a hit with this Blitzcrank here. Only has the option to get their certain assist every so often, but a good 5L stops it from going. Sends the command grab after with the armor behind it. Quainty doing a good chunk of damage to this Ahri. Will the break come out to keep her alive? No, we're going to keep this going. Fury on both sides. Quainty would have to be the first one likely to be able to spend it. I can't see a world where Dragon wants to keep this, wants to have that going forward toward the next round again, but another command grab is doing that, and Quainty here answering back and find themselves now on tournament point.
That is insane that Quainty was able to save that resource, especially we were getting hit in that last round right there, but had the reservation to just hold off. Dragon ended up dropping that combo, and then the rest is history. Here we go. Quainty sitting here on tournament point. Dragon, if there's going to be anyone taking Quainty down a set here, it's going to be him. Going to use that wake up attack here, having that break as the insurance just in case it didn't connect, but it's going to be that rising air tag after tagging the Ahri here that gets Quainty a bit of damage dealt, but that air tech JL here and delay tagging the Yasuo is going to be enough mix to open Dragon here.
Absolutely. When will the break come out here from Dragon? Tough to say at this point again. Could go in point. Great tag launcher into the Blitz. Commander gets the knockdown, gets the Steam install again here. A quick 60% damage on this Ahri. 2 last life at this point. Again, the break coming through, pushing Quainty back into that corner. Coming in again. Actually, the multiple overheads. We are bait out the break here. Dragon making Quainty feel uncomfortable and enough to try to reset the moment when we call it out. This would be a big advantage. The health still in Quainty's favor, but the Oki can be so strong. Runs up, gets the 2M, keeps the combo going with the tentacles, and Dragon out of nowhere might be able to take us to game 5.
We'll see with this throw. Definitely a good way to start here. Quainty has came back from worse on this Blitzcrank before, but it's not going to be today again. Dragon, awesome stuff here, bro. Dragon bringing us to game 5 of this grand finals, potentially threatening the reset here. Quainty, of course, was sitting there cold, had 2 games there to warm up a bit, was threatening potentially that 3-0, but all of a sudden Dragon had that third eye open, and this Ahri Illaoi looking hot.
Absolutely is. It would be crazy to get the reset. Mentioned before, but the game 5 special for League of Legends. Look up Silver Scrapes if you aren't aware. Definitely could hear it blazing through the stadium. Good hit on that knockdown. You get the OTG with the super, but Dragon has been in Quainty's mind here, calling out these breaks every time. No full pickup again off of that dive. I'm gonna go ahead and send out the Ahri here. Great overhead routing, but not full pickup again. Back to that neutral point here, but sends out that orb. Super good delay just to make sure you get the second hit for the better knockup here. Gonna take into the Illaoi routing. Oh, but an unfortunate drop here from Dragon. Quainty now getting a second lease on life for this Yasuo. Looking probably gonna be a tag out. Oh, we get a fortunate drop here again. Gonna send out the Yasuo to die for his work, and well, the parry stopping all of that momentum switch again. And I don't know, I'm starting to feel it. Jeek, Dragon here smelling blood in the water, and they are looking for that reset.
Oh, I gotta say, it's definitely a Dragon round right here. At the very least, damn, that meter gain at the very end as Dragon spends his level 3. Quainty, at the very least, will be going to this round with that basically full defense. Oh, it did fill out. Never mind. Excuse me. But Dragon, yeah, dude, threatening the tournament reset point out here. We'll have to see, dude. This Ahri Illaoi, I gotta say, in terms of break baits and such, definitely on top when it comes to that. Quainty having the tricks, having those combos, but Dragon doing some interesting stuff out here on this Illaoi, this Ahri.
Yeah, absolutely impressive here. And these players bringing their absolute A game, showing you guys why they are trying to gun, get that first place, get that sweet part of the pot here. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Claim those codes here so our players can eat a little bit well. That orb super keeps the sequence going. Good jump on the overhead, but this route so far from Quainty, putting so much damage into this Ahri, but a full fury for the Illaoi, a terrifying character to get hit by, but gets the stagger. On the pickup here, tries to send out the parry, not going to find its mark again, and a great route so far. I have to imagine at this point, Dragon will not be spending that fury on this round at this point. If anything, maybe even just kind of send your character here. Don't want to let Quainty build up too much break meter going into the final round. Game 5, final round. Will we get the reset, or will Quainty be our champion, guys? This set could not be any closer.
We'll see out here, y'all. Great stuff. Dashing around, playing that nooch. Catching you with... Oh my gosh, with that jab. Great stuff. Dragon holding that break until that second touch here. Probably going to see that wake-up attack, and then if it gets blocked, you're going to see that break right after. Quainty going to go for this restand Oki first. Doesn't go for that wake-up attack, actually. Goes for the command grab, and Dragon gets an air dash out. Quainty with that whiff is going to be taking some damage after.
Yeah, I love Dragon giving so much respect over to Quainty's Yasuo pressure, just to the eventual point of like making Quainty feel like they can get away with a command grab. But not going to happen out there. Calls in the Yasuo. Going to get caught by the tentacle. And this Blitzcrank, unfortunately, not going to probably make it through. I don't even think we'd spend it. His Fury behind the Yasuo. Definitely a better win condition from a certain point. That jump going to get caught by the Hasagi here. But the tentacle going to clip out these toes again from the Yasuo. Has to find the right moment when to send it. But the Arius is going to cover you on the way in. And the Fury reduction is going to help keep you alive here. But you basically only get to survive one more sequence. Calling in the tentacles without the throw. Bring in that Ahri tag again. It never seems to end. Oh my god, Dragon gonna absolutely do it. Sends it to the level 3. And we are getting a grand finals reset.
Oh man. All right, guys, bear with me while I do some admin stuff on my end. I gotta reset the scores, take the L off, that sort of stuff here. Change it to grand finals reset, take off the losers there. There we go. Okay, should be all hooked up, guys. So if you're not hip, we got potentially up to 5 more games out here. Quainty finally going down a set. Like I said, if it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Dragon playing off their freaking rocker. But right now, Quainty with a really good round start. This Ahri going to clap back a bit. Has those tentacles to back you up, but the break gets spent. Nice stuff here, man. That happy birthday damage adding up insane.
So
Row indeed, man.
Yeah, Dragon finding that cross through again, and I love these setting out these tentacle Oki options and kind of just putting you know, Illaoi back in the support position here, but that break into the immediate motion, catching Quainty on their recovery here. Now it's up to this Blitzcrank, a little bit bleeding health bar, has to find a way to get in, but taking this pressure from these fast characters such as the Ahri, and Dragon can just tell that all they need is the one hit to do it, but the orb comes back in additional time with that cross through here again, and the momentum seems to be so heavily in Dragon's favor right now here. A little bit earlier in the chat that they were not looking forward to fighting this team. It looks like they are absolutely running such strong pressure, keeping Dragon guessing.
Dude, sometimes it's the characters you hate are the ones you end up playing the best against, right? Like, you hate this character, you hate this interaction that you keep getting put in, so you end up learning how to beat it, because you don't want to be stuck there. You want to start beating people for trying to get you for it. So maybe that's Dragon right now, just summoning the powers from their ancestors to fight Yasuo Blitzcrank. That being said, Quainty laughing right now with that support character. Dragon does get a chance to fight back out, gets this S2 combo after, and Quainty will have a lot of resources between Break and Meter in their two characters here. Dragon has an uphill battle.
Absolutely, but feels pretty good when you have also on the screen Chen's the level 3 reversal. Gonna do a good chunk of damage to this. Get you out of the corner as well. You built up so much Fury Meter for this. Scoops with the command grab to pick up again. I imagine we're going to be saving it at this point here. But if you're Dragon, you're going to play a little bit more aggressive. Try to get Quainty sweating a little bit. See if you can get them to spend their break here. With a wake-up attack that get yourself started well. Tags in after the Blitzcrank to get the grab. Pick up with that 2L. And Quainty doing an incredible job keeping this grand final reset close.
Here we go, guys. I like that routing the full charge heavy, like they give you like a OTG, like the tech chase. Crazy stuff. The break gets spent. Oh, I like the air S1 tag right there. You know, not the most impressive tag special, but definitely a really awesome one. Very well used there from Quainty. Despite that, Dragon still coming out on top. Despite these tricks, it's this Ahri Illaoi taking it to the basics here, using that S2 super, using that roll to catch your roll tech out, that throw rather, and now this Blitzcrank getting beat up here. Dragon in a great spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this damage just racking up on both these characters. Blitz is definitely going to be falling here shortly. Gets a limit strike ender too, so about as maximum meter build as you could have done it. Dragon here playing so dang well, and as long as we can finish the route, it is a super into super, make it a little extra flashy, let them know and put that first game up on your side.
Awesome stuff, guys. So I actually have a new replay system where I get to play all the replays back, but I only have it set up to 5. In this case, I would have had to have more. So definitely getting limit tested out here, both the players and the production. So you know, we're learning a lot on this match all around, gotta say. Hopefully the chat is as well, and hopefully those watching the VOD. If you guys don't know, we upload everything to YouTube, so if you didn't mind showing us some support over there, would really appreciate y'all. That being said, we're looking at Dragon go for this S2 OTG here. Quainty gonna use that push block to try to get you out of that corner, but after spending that push, wasn't able to get this Yasuo out, and it's gonna be a dead one going down. Dragon in a great spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff here. Dragon has just feel like they've been a different player ever since this climb out of the losers final side. Pressure looking so good, and this Ahri has just looked unchecked in so many of these situations. And you know, Dragon taking a little bit more advantage of that tentacle Oki from the Illaoi here. Great route option. Gets a bit of a charge to age. Kind of just covers the falling tech there. No full pickup. But Quainty is going to need to find a way to slow down this pressure. Get some of this Yasuo and Blitzcrank mix alive. But like, essentially Blitz, it definitely operates. Has gotten some great runbacks with some good heavies. But it has not come from the side of any of these command grab stars most of the time.
Oh man, I love this charge heavy route from Quainty, charge jump heavy that we've been going for These Blitz B&Bs, man. Look at the freaking damage, my God. And that's going to be Dragon saying, well, I guess I'm using Fury on my Illaoi now if I'm using it at all. As Quainty says, hey, do something.
Do something indeed, but we love to see that these players, despite going down in some of these rounds, not giving up quite yet. You did drop the set, but you got another one. You still got a bonus life here, and Quainty taking advantage of all of that. Does the tag launcher just to make sure it's going to get the route, but no meter on the Blitzcrank here to be able to get the OTG hit with that super, but a simple run-up throw to answer back on those rounds. Love to see both our players keeping this set so dang close. Starting to feel like we might get that illustrious game 10 here. It has happened before on some of the other Jeekly games. Shouts to all the wonderful games that are ran every week here at the Jeekly. And this route from Quainty gonna push Dragon all the way to that corner. Gonna get that limit strike again. Actually gonna go for the hard knockdown version. Got an unfortunate side switch here. Oh, and resets a little bit here again. Quainty gonna wake up with that get up attack. I should say, sorry, Dragon is for Quainty. But the delayed overhead here. Quainty was not ready for that one.
Yeah, that was, I mean, dude, I was saying it earlier, man. That's my anime fighter right there. That's the 2x KO that I love. Great stuff. Getting caught out here. Your support character getting beat up a bit. Oh, yeah, tricky stuff. That Yasuo 2H. Definitely able to catch people right above you. Maybe didn't expect that one. Is Dragon now, this Illaoi getting beat up a bit. Quainty going to be able to tag back a lot of meter on both characters. Didn't expect that drop, but was able to take out the support character. Wasn't able to keep the pressure up, but with the level 3 in the gap, Quainty is going to be able to finish this one out.
There we go. Quainty bringing us to a game of peace, keeping the game 10 dream alive here. Incredible stuff, and I love sending that Blitz, especially the Blitz super there, being that hit grab. Unless you are ready with a jump, it can catch you even from the block. But that that judgment cut there from Yasuo, actually anti-airing the Ahri as well, and the grab being ready to pick up this Illaoi, take her to the ground, slam it in, and get that steam on deck.
Now Dragon does opt to keep this Illaoi alive, and you will be getting some of that HP back. And to be honest, on Illaoi, that's going to be enough. Right now, this Ahri is running the show here. Quainty trying to roll out, but the roll gets red, and because of the, you know, those who come after, that tentacle backing us up. Oh my God, great cross up overhead. The burst does get spent, but the freestyle reaction. Oh my God, no, the drop.
And that's so tough. It is honestly pretty easy to read breaks in this game, depending on the sequences. A lot of times your jump combos will let you essentially block on the way in here. I love that tag out last second into the Blitzcrank. Lets the Yasuo take it, and look at this big chunk of damage coming in. This is going to do so much damage. Not enough to kill this Ahri, but put a big chunk here. Actually will give her the ability to get that break back as well. I wonder if Dragons will be willing to spend it to keep this character alive. The simple jump in to get us started. This is where you want to be if you're Dragon. Still has access to that Fury as well. Just going to do that limit strike though. One more mix up there to see how this Yasuo gets clipped on the overhead. This is so spooky if you're Quainty right now. And eventually do it. And Dragon reads that, takes advantage of the low life situation, and the run-up throws and give him the round.
Dude, it's one of the coolest sets of 2x KO I've seen so far, bro. Holy shit. Pour one out to the pre-rolls, and everybody put your feet up, because we're having fun watching this one. Dragon gonna have to roll forward there. Quainty catching with that Hasagi. The break gets spent. Dragon tagging around, but the parry comes out.
The run-up throw there. Not get the OTG they're looking for at least, but good cross through with the Yasuo, and I love that again. Tagging into the Blitzcrank, making sure the character dies on your right, kind of keeps them a little bit closer to the corner as well there again. Quainty optimizing even for their Oki option, and you saw it so much earlier. Dragon being comfortable with these parries on the assist. You call the assist early, and then you tag it so the strike never comes out again. Quainty is absolutely answering back so damn well, catching out those toes here again. on this Illaoi, taking her back to the fountain then and putting another round on the board.
And yeah, I don't actually remember the exact numbers. I don't know if this is just like recency bias or not, but this isn't just like a Game 7 Grand Finals, Game 8 Grand Finals rather. This is a Game 8 round 20 Grand Finals. I don't know the math there. Point is that these players are going back and forth, taking turns, showing off. It hasn't been one-sided really ever at any point. Baiting that wake-up attack. Great stuff here from Quainty. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, dropping right there. Dragon opting to spend that break, though.
Yeah, not want to have to deal with that Blitzcrank. Having access to that steam then definitely can be a real threat when that mechanic is online here. Tries to get the charge H again, but unfortunately jumps out. Just not getting a value with these raw command grabs coming in and doing so much damage. These characters taking so much, going through another big chunk on the Yasuo before he has to go back here again. But this Blitzcrank gonna be hurting here. Both characters down to just about a small bub left here. Any hit can likely do it. No meter likely even needed unless it's a certain specific hit. But the sequence calls out the Yasuo, gets hit by the tentacle here. And Quainty was looking so good in some of these moments again. But Dragon has just been absolutely ready to pick up the options. Tries to fight the Ahri, but gets tagged out last second. And Dragon coming from the loser's side now, up in set points at this point. One more gag to do it, potentially to take the whole dang tournament, but Quainty still has the option. Can they take this to Silver Scrapes number 2? Electric Boogaloo here that's gonna have to survive this Ahri sequence.
Yeah, you had me clicking back. Dragon lost their top 8 qualifying match. Remember, to Apology Boy, having to make that full losers run. Definitely has made a awesome a trail of fire, but it's not over yet, regardless who comes out on top. Dragon, of course, with this lead here in this reset. Quainty, however, has had more than enough time to get that warm up here, try to figure out some tendencies of Dragon, figure out what's working and what isn't. As that parry comes out, Dragon gonna take out this Yasuo here. Quainty on the Blitzcrank. What's working, man? We got to get it out here.
Man, Dragon has looked like an absolute demon in this set. Quainty keeping it close here, but all these sequences are going in Dragon's favor. I have to feel like Dragon's biggest advantage I've seen tonight in tournament is the amount of break baits that we have been doing here. A great parry on that assist at least is going to let Quainty move forward, tries to get a jump in option, but the orb comes back and takes it. Does not get the pickup, but the delay covering that get up attack, and Dragon is now on tournament point here. Let's see if Quainty can answer back and maybe take us to at least another round.
Oh my god, that air throw second was insane, as Dragon's going to try to finish out this limit strike here. Quainty, wow, great parry there. Amazing wake up 2H there from Quainty. Okay, so you got that break on the side of Dragon. Obviously holding on to it here. That restand's going to get a bit more damage here. The reset, in fact, Quainty going to be able to put ourselves in the corner. Wow, great parry again.
Oh my god, Ulosi, Quainty has absolutely woken up here in this round, looking so ready for anything Dragon is trying to do. His combo sequence has never seemed to end here. Restand again, this time same side coming over on the overhead. Oh, unfortunately that charge option from Blitz did not come through. Oh, doesn't do the second part of the follow, so no tentacle ends up spawning. Makes Quainty spend that parry meter as well again. And this could be so spooky for Quainty here. They're just starting to get their feet back into the set, but the roll getting covered so far. Another forward roll again, but falls through. The 2H actually whiffs from the Illaoi, and Blitzcrank is keeping the sequence going. Gonna get the knockdown, does not get the steam, but Quainty is keeping themselves in here, trying to take us to at least the round 3. But it's off of the command grab. But unfortunately, Boca is getting hit as well again. No break coming out here from Quainty. Believing the hit's not going to work out here. Sends to level 3. Dragon spends the meter and is trying to get Quainty to spend it all. It'll have to be off the Yasuo, but there is no meter to work with if you're Dragon.
Oh my gosh, Quainty with 3 bars here on that Yasuo. It's gonna be the Q. It's just the Q right from the bush. W blitz, W blitz. Oh my gosh.
You know, Quainty is spamming good emotes there for his Blitzcrank, then all positive ones this time again. The Dragon gets clipped on their way down. This route from Quainty is going to do a good chunk. Going to be going into that limit strike here as well again. So will Dragon try to go with the option here? They'll go for the restand option here. I love that reset into the command grab. Gets a full combo here as well again. These Quainty routes are so good. Break coming out just at the last second. Judgment Cut getting charged again, but the jump stance hop into the JL, into the 2H again, and this damage is going to rack up here. Quainty has absolutely woken alive, turning that we wanted that Game 10 Silver Scrape number 2. Will it happen? The Dragon has something to say about that. Good call out on the get up attack here. These players are playing out of their damn mind.
Dude, this set is actually so awesome. I'm having so much fun watching, and I hope that's translating to y'all right now. This is fucking fighting games, bro. Good job dancing around this Toho projectile shenanigans happening on the other side of the screen as this Illaoi's coming in with half HP. Quainty holding on to this Fury here isn't even going to need it. As we finish off Dragon's Illaoi here. Now, guys, it's still anyone's game as we approach. This is the first, right? We've gotten close. We've gotten the Game 9, Game 8. But this may be our actual first Game 10 Jeekly 2XKO Grand Finals.
Happy to get to share this super fun cast with you as well, Jake. This has been such a blast. These players have been playing out of their damn mind, but we're getting a little sloppy here at the end here. We get a couple of retreating guards and a great chase so far from Quainty. Keeps it going, gets that sever switch on the tag out here again, setting out that Blitzcrank hook here. The retreating guard gets a little bit more of that space as well. Gets caught, but good block on the overhead so far. Those overheads were getting such big value for Dragon earlier, but the command grab is so ready. The tag out combo keeps it going here again. The tornado for another option. Tag launcher bringing you to the ground. Steam super coming in, but not enough to kill.
Oh man, Quainty going for that meaty spin right there. Dragon just dumping the level 3 on Wake Up. That's one of the things about a very active attack like that is, oh, I can very safely just wake up with a super here. Luckily for Quainty, it wasn't enough to kill. Dragon on life support on this Ahri, going to be able to get back a little bit of life here as this Illaoi is now going to be taking a blunt of blows here from this Yasuo. Quainty tagging back to the Blitzcrank, and it's going to be the throw sitting down on the corner.
Steam on deck. We are ready for the option. Good chase on that rollout here again, but finds himself in that corner here. That assist got absolutely hit, and you tagged out into it middle of the grab. Still going to be an all, but they did not believe in the 2H, but the Yasuo JS1 was so low to the ground. It caught Dragon on the ground still at that point here. Got that spike, had to be the immediate Fury, but the hit was found, sending the level 3. I don't think the Fury will keep you alive. And Quainty said, I hope y'all didn't stop believing in me, because now I am on set point.
Man, awesome stuff. Now, if you're a Dragon fan, you gotta make some noise now. This player, like I said, has made an insane loser's run tonight, having to play against this matchup, against other opponents as well. Been making an insane run. So if you're here rooting for Dragon, let them know, as they're going to try to get around here to secure this tournament point here. With that being said, Quainty is already on it with that parry. Is going to be dealing some massive damage to this Ahri, who's already been taking a couple licks here. Not going to be enough to kill with this route, but now Dragon is in a weird spot.
Quainty getting side pushed here, but gets the tentacle pickup here. Dragon gonna get Quainty put back to the ground, sends out the tentacle, level 1, then the Oki's coming in hot, but brings in that Ahri every time. The chip damage comes in so heavy, but gets caught on trying to do something here, sends the break, keeping this team alive. Blitzcrank gonna roll forward. An unfortunate situation. You spent the breaks to keep the team together, and Blitz still ends up falling just back to where you started. That delay, additional overheads coming in. We definitely have the meter to answer back, and I wouldn't ask for any other way. Dragon, if they can finish the food here, we are taking us to final game of game number 10, final round. Let's go, G.
Oh man, there was no amount of ad placement planning I could have done to avoid the fact that the pre-rolls are running right now, guys. So I mean, can you fucking blame me, man? As Dragon right now is dealing some crazy stuff here in the corner. Quainty gonna be able to try to wake up after this limit strike, but you have to do so in the face of these tentacles as well. No one's blocking any of that, bro. I'm gonna keep it a million. Dragon gonna spend this level 1 to take you out.
Love that. Quickly routing into that Foxfire super here from the Ahri before the Fury can be live. A Fury is being spent. It will have to be off the Blitzcrank, but a parry gonna get started immediately. It's gonna get broken back. Tried to parry one more time, but Dragon just holds the line enough to do it. I think there's a route that's gonna quite be able to kill here. So one more set of Oki, one more guess for it all. We send it all on the roll. Tries to get the pickup here again with quick attack to get us, keep us going in this game, but this Blitzcrank has no health to work with. A little bit of a charge, but DragonFGC all the way from loser's side, outside of top 8 even, gets the run through and resets the bracket to be your Jeekly 2x KO number 11 champion.
Guys, we got fighting games going every week. Regardless of what days, you can find out in the Discord, !Discord, to find out more. You can check over all the VODs, including this one, !YouTube. Would love to have y'all playing our next event. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.